Your code has been accepted. Your broadcast will begin in 5 seconds.
And a pleasant good evening and welcome back to Grover C. Redford Gymnasium on the campus of Missouri Valley College. Women won tonight, the men getting ready against Peru State. And Joe, the last time these teams met in Peru, Nebraska, 76-73 Vikings. I expect another good one tonight.
Yeah, it will be a good game, and these two teams have had some battles the last couple of years. Peru State having a rough time right now. They've really been struggling. They've lost, it looks like, I think 5 conference games in a row. So they're really looking for a win tonight. The Vikings, that tough loss the last time out almost a week ago when they took on Clark. So I know Coach Chad Lance's team would love to get back on that winning track tonight.
Valley 7-5 in conference play. Peru State 4-9. And we'll go over the rest of the schedule as we go along. But we had a chance to visit with both coaches. In fact, you had a chance to visit with the head coach of the Bobcats just moments ago.
Okay, chatting now with Peru State's men's coach Eric Behrens. And Coach, kind of tough sledding lately for your team, but I tell you, you played some good teams, pretty tough on the road. 3-point losses to Benedictine, Central Methodist, and Avalon on the road.
Yeah, we would have liked those to have been 3-point wins. You know, they've been good games. Our kids are battling. They were all competitive. We just haven't found a way to get over the hump recently. And, you know, it's just something we got to get better at is closing out games and finding a way to win.
And you're playing a lot of teams close, playing them tough right now, aren't you?
We are. But, you know, at the end of the day, you got to find a way to win. There's no moral victories this time of year. It's, you know, somebody walks off as a winner and somebody's a loser, and we're kind of tired of getting that L, so we got to find a way to come out on the other side.
Well, I remember when Missouri Valley played you up in Peru back in November. A couple of your players, Majay Delanek, I think he had 29 points. Lyle Hexam had 20. They both had big games.
Yeah, they did. And, you know, we've been getting contributions from different guys. Rashad Burkeen's our leading scorer overall. But, you know, we've got multiple guys capable of having big games. But we just got to string some things together in terms of, you know, having more than one guy play well on the same night, shoot the ball well on the same night. And then we've got to get better defensively and on the glass, too.
Okay, you play Missouri Valley today. They beat you by 3 up at your place. What will you try to do today?
Well, we just got to be tougher. We got to be good on the glass. We got to take care of the basketball. We got to find their shooters. We just got to play good defense and play with a lot of confidence.
Chad Lance joins us for this ball game. Coach, Peru, 76-73 win when we started conference play. That was a heck of a battle that night in Nebraska.
Yeah, it definitely was. It was one of those games where we got out to a good start, and second half they came on pretty strong and switched up to a zone defense and made some things difficult for us, and we was able to sneak out a win.
They've got a couple of guys that can put the ball in the hole, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. They really do. They've got 2 good scoring guards, 2 transfer guys, one from Philander Smith and a D2 transfer from Slippery Rock that are really good. They have some good size. I think one of their big kids is out right now. I don't know if he'll be playing tonight, but their starting 5 is as salty as anybody in the conference.
Coach, we didn't play Saturday after that tough loss to Clark because of the anticipation of the weather. What did you do with that extra time? Did you practice a little more, give the kids a day off? How did you handle it? Because you had a little more time off.
Well, we kind of went short, but we practiced 2 days in a row. We gave them Sunday off, but after that awesome shooting performance, we spent a lot of time shooting. You're not going to beat many people shooting 16% from the 3, and we had 3 guards, I think, go 3 of 19 from the field. So for us, and especially playing how we're playing right now, you got to be able to make baskets.
Yeah, but that rest might have helped too, because you've kind of got a short bench now too.
Yeah, we do have a short bench. Trying to modify practices a little bit and figure out our rotation. We're playing about 8 guys right now. We may sneak in a 9th guy, so rotation's a little bit shorter, and being able to try to manage their practice and their minutes in a game.
All right, Coach, talk to you after the game. Good luck.
All right, appreciate it.
All right, so there you have both coaches and their thoughts on this game. Kind of anticipate it'll be a good one. We talked about Rashad Burkeen. He is their leading scorer, 18.6 a game. He's a good one. But the guy who hurt the Vikings the last time was Matej Delanek. He had 29 points in that first game, and he is a 12 points a game scorer, so we'll watch him. Polis Sikanis also in the starting lineup, a 6'8 junior. Now, Lyle Hexum, who had 20 against the Vikings the last time, is not here tonight, so he will not be scoring 20 against the Vikings. In that last game, the Vikings outscored Peru inside the paint, 48-24, but the Vikings were just 2 out of 16 from beyond the arc, so struggled shooting that night. Here's the starting lineup for Missouri Valley. Remy Price out of Chicago, 5'11 junior. Also, Tim Washington, a 6'2 junior. Bobby Collins out of St. Louis, a 6'3 sophomore. Bobby, the leading rebounder at 6'3", 6 rebounds a game. Kyle Hickey out of Fort Worth, Texas, 6'4 junior. And then Brody Gronewald, the 6-foot senior out of the state of Illinois, leading scorer, 13.7. Joe, I think we're going to have a fast-paced game. That's the way the Vikings like to play now with this short bench. You heard Chad say they play about 8 players, so they're going to have to be able to get up and down. They're going to have to be in shape. This bench doesn't go that deep anymore.
And Ken, we don't have that much height. We lost several big guys at semester, but boy, these smaller guys have really been scrapping, holding their own, and they really played well since the break. And I'm sure the kind of mixed feelings tonight for Coach Chad Lance. The Marshall Owls, they're playing here at home against Oak Grove. His son Jace, who's a freshman, one of the leading scorers on that Owl team. So I'm sure Chad would like to be there, but glad to be here.
Glad to be here, and hopefully he can get a win. Hopefully the Owls can get a win as well. And Joe has the first half.
All right, Bobby Collins jumping against Polis Sikanis. Sikanis a big height advantage, but I bet Bobby holds his own, and he does. The Vikings get the opening tap. That's a good sign. Looks like Peru State's going to line up in a zone. Looks like maybe a 1-3-1 zone, I believe. Hickey on the right wing. Gronewald, good ball movement into Collins. Bobby's turnaround jump shot misses, and a nice rebound that time by Boyden. Boyden goes up and gets the rebound. It's Peru's ball to start out here. Now right wing it goes. Outside head of the key to Biandello. Now they call an offensive foul, a shove off underneath. That's going to come up, I think, on Sikanis, the big guy. Sikanis stands in at, they list him at 6'8". He's out of Lithuania. He's called for shoving off underneath. So the Vikings get the ball back. No score here in the early going. Price down low to Hickey. Kyle back to Remy, head of the key. Gets it to Washington. Tim thinks about a three. Well, Price dribbles now to the right wing. Now spins into the paint. Wrap around pass to Collins. Bobby puts up another one and got it. So Bobby Collins puts up his second shot. He missed the first one, but knocks that one down from about 10 feet. Vikings draw first blood. Vikes in that man-to-man defense. It looks like Delinek limping pretty badly. I don't know what happened to him, but Matej Delinek really limping out there now. He's a guy that scored 29 the last 2 we played. Not limping too bad. He knocks down a three from the right wing. So Delinek not walking too well, but shooting very well as he gives Peru a 1-point lead.
Gave us one of the little fakes, and maybe he was all right and just kind of.
He's grimacing, though, out there right now. Now Price drives inside. Now has it taken away. Ball stolen by Brakeem. Into the corner. Delinek thinks about another three. Now dribbles to the left wing, picked up by Remy Price. Skips the ball back out, head of the key to Brakeem. Brakeem will set the offense against a man-to-man. Deep three, head of the key, good. So Rashad Brakeem, he's the leading scorer on this team, averaging 18.6 points a game. And Peru State 2 for 2 from beyond the arc. They lead at 6-2. Now they call an offensive foul underneath. Is that on Bobby?
Yep.
Called on Bobby Collins. Say Bobby Collins pushed off, trying to get position in the lane. So the ball goes back to the Bobcats, and the game's first substitution is Alias Roberts Burnett. Comes into the lineup for Peru State. He's a 6'3 junior out of Joliet, Illinois. Left wing, it comes over to Biandello. Biandello down low is Sikanis, and they're going to call an offensive foul as that time Sikanis knocks Bobby Collins to the ground, and that'll be Sakanis' second foul. So the big 6'8 center picks up his second foul. He'll have to take a seat. And checking in for the Bobcats will be Van Merben. Van Merben's a 6'5 junior out of Melbourne, Australia. He and Marley Biandello both hail from the country of Australia, both live in Melbourne. 6-2, Peru State on top. They have threes by Delinek and Brakeem. The Vikings a jump shot by Bobby Collins for their two. 1-3-1 zone by Peru State. That's what they started out in today. Price on the right wing, gets it head of the key. Deep three by Brody, got it. That was a deep three, and Brody nothing but net as he splashes that one home. Now they call traveling, a little bit of pressure by the Vikings, and Peru State shuffles their feet, so a turnover as the ball will come back to the Vikings trailing by 1. They can take the lead with a hoop here.
I know it wasn't that long a time. It seemed like 3 or 4 seconds. We all just watched that ball in the air before it went.
Oh, yeah, Brody's.
High arching shot.
And you say that's out of his range.
Wow.
No, that's not out of his range. He's hit from there many times. We've seen it. He's going to have to hit against this zone. There's a deep three by Washington off the left wing. Good, knocks it down. So the Vikes have hit their first 2 3-point shots, one by Growald, that one by Tim Washington. And with that, they take an 8-6 lead.
Boy, Tim Washington, 11-7 a game, 4.9 rebounds, very consistent. Good to see him hit that first shot.
Now into the corner. It comes to Burnett. There's a deep three off the left side by Prakeen. This one pinballs out. No good. Rebound Washington. Vikes want to run. Timmy quickly across the timeline. Over to Hickey. Kyle wraparound pass down to the baseline to Collins. Nice cut by Remy Price. Remy had a wide open layup and left it short.
Oh.
Biandello drives in, puts it up off the glass and in. So a nice drive that time by Marley Biandello. He's the other fella from Australia as he ties the game up at 8. Vikes against that zone. Washington just hit one a minute ago. High post to Hickey. Back out to Growald. Brody another deep three. This one rolls around and comes out, but Remy Price gets a rebound. Inside to Collins. Bobby missed a wide open shot. Boy, Vikes have missed 2 easy layup attempts here early on.
Yeah, 2 easy ones.
Now down low, Burnett might have got away with it, but now lays it in as Alias Roberts Burnett went to the baseline, might have shuffled his feet. No call, he lays it in. Peru back up by 2. Washington over to Remy Price. It's Price, Growald, Collins, Hickey, and Washington on the floor for the Vikings. Deep three by Timmy off the left side. Got another one. Tim Washington 2 for 2. He shot from the exact same place both times on that left wing, both from beyond the arc. Missouri Valley back up by a single point. Burnett, left-hand dribble. Now ball taken away, stolen by Remy Price, but now taken right back by Burnett. There's a jump shot off the right side. This one pinballs around and comes out. That was taken that time by Van Merben, who's checked in, but an offensive rebound for Peru. Now Biandello backs it out. Over on the right wing to Prakeen. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Tim Washington. Tim reached around on the dribble drive, so Washington picks up a foul. That's the second foul on the Vikings. Both teams have 2 now. 11-10, the Vikings lead at 15:06 to go in the first half. Biandello will set the offense for the Bobcats out of Peru, Nebraska. High post. Obaneki, Chisholm Obadeki into the Viking lineup. Burnett, down in the corner it goes. Now Merben, now is going to be an offensive foul. They're going to call an offensive foul, I think, on Van Merben. I'm not sure if he set an illegal screen or what, but another offensive foul against the Bobcats. Ball back to Missouri Valley, trying to extend the 1-point lead. Looks like Peru State pretty content with that zone right now, Ken.
Yeah, they're really stretching that zone out. You called it a 1-2-2 zone.
Obaneki gets it. Oh, wide open shot. Missed by Washington, but a nice tip that time by Kyle Hickey. As Kyle Hickey got inside, taps it in. So nice hustle by Kyle on the boards. Kyle, again, is a junior out of Fort Worth, Texas. He taps it in. The Vikings go up by 3. And that's early on. That's their biggest lead of the game.
Boy, good job by Hickey to tip that one in. Washington has those 2 threes. Vikings now with 5 field goals, 3 of the 3-point variety, 1 by Grunwald and 2 by Tim Washington to take the lead, 13-10 as that timeout was taken. We have all the women's scores now, and we'll give them to you on the next break. We won't have time right here, but I can tell you this right now. There's a tie atop the conference on the women's side.
So that means Baker must have lost.
CMU went to Baker tonight and won 80-75.
Yeah, that's not really a big surprise. Those 2 teams both pretty good.
Well, CMU's 12-2. They actually, it looks like they'll take a half-game lead now because Baker had that game called up. CMU played Monday night, and they defeated Evangel 77-75. So they're 12-2, and Baker falls to 11-2. Benedictine won. They're also 12-2, so they're tied right up there at the top as well. Mid-American Nazarene won their game tonight. They're 10-3. So, and William Penn won. So those 5 teams, no question, are going to be battling for the top spot.
How many games has Central Methodist won in a row? I know they
11.
lost 2 real early. Yeah, they lost
11
2
in a row
early.
now.
Yeah, they're playing well. They lost. I think Grandview beat them, and I think maybe Baker beat them the first time around. I'm not sure. All right, a little bit pressure by the Vikings now as Peru State gets it across down in the corner. Now it comes outside, head of the key to Roberts. You know, they took Delanick out pretty early. I think he's hurt.
Yeah.
I think he hurt his ankle or something. He hit that one shot, but he was not moving well. Now they're going to call a traveling. That's a traveling violation as Van Merben picked up both feet. Now B.J. Day comes into the lineup. He's a 6'4" sophomore out of Lincoln, Nebraska. He comes in for Peru State, as does Justin Nealon, a freshman out of Council Bluffs, Iowa.
And again, Lyle Hexum not here tonight. He had 20 in that first meeting.
He did. And Delnick, the guy that had 29, not on the floor right now. We think he might be hurt. There's a deep 3 by Washington. This one hits the front of the rim, but Brody Gronwald tracks down the offensive rebound. Remy Price brings it out, head of the key. Now gives it over to Obanecki. Vikes moving that ball pretty well against this 1-3-1 zone. Now the ball back to Gronwald. Brody, a runner in the lane, left it short, got the offensive rebound, but now has it taken away by Biandello. Good hustle by Brody, but then careless as you let it slip away. Biandello, right wing. Skip pass over to Day. Now lob down low on the baseline to Burnett. Burnett spins inside, flips it up and in, and boy, I tell you, alias Robert Burnett, he skies. He's not that big, but he got up pretty high that time to flip that one in to make it a 1-point game. Gronwald, head of the key. Brody, left wing, Washington. Tim back to Remy. Now gives it over to Hickey. Hickey wrap around to Chisholm. Obanecki had it knocked away. Taken away. Here comes Burnett. Now Burnett will bring it back beyond the arc. Hands over to Nealon. Boyandello, there's a deep 3 by Burnett. This one misses, and they're going to call a foul. They're going to call a foul, I think that time. That's going to come up on B.J. Day as he shoved off on Brody Gronwald. So Day picks up the foul. That's the 4th foul on Peru State. The Vikes have only 2.
Yo, we'll keep an eye tonight on Rashad Burkeen. He has scored in double figures for 17 straight games. So we'll see what he does tonight.
All right, Burkeem's a good one. Price, head of the key. Delnick back in the game for Peru State, so he must have recovered. Price to the free throw line, puts up a jumper, got it. That's, I think, what Remy Price is going to have to do. When he gets that outside shot, that 15-footer, he's going to have to take it. He did it that time and buried it. And now Delnick real quickly comes the other way and knocks down his second triple of the game. Got to keep a hand up on him. He ties the game at 15. Here come the Vikes against that zone. Marcellus Beard into the Viking lineup. Marcellus had 19 against Kansas Christian, and now a good job as the Vikings get it into Chisholm Obanecki. Chisholm upset he didn't hit that shot. He does draw the foul, but he was looking for a bucket and one as he's hammered on that drive by B.J. Day, and that'll be Day's second foul. And that'll put Chisholm Obanecki, the junior out of Rolette, Texas. Chisholm on the line for 2.
Oh, Marcellus Beard's probably going to lose that
Yeah.
lofty scoring average.
Yeah,
The
19
average
a
is
game.
19 a game.
Yep.
So he'll have to score 19 tonight to keep that average.
One of the league leaders in
There you
scoring.
go.
Played one game,
Yep.
19 points.
How about the game by Ron Lee, January 12th on Monday night, 39 points.
Woo.
So he's
Good
leading
one.
the conference.
Good player. Now Obanecki gets 1 out of 2. So by hitting that first free throw, he once again gives the Vikings a 1-point lead. Now the Bobcats set up the offense. Brandon Reed into the lineup. Reed, head of the key. It comes to Boynton. Now Delnick pulls up just inside the free throw line. He's going to be fouled. I tell you, that Delnick impresses me.
They must have put some magic spray on that leg. He was limping. He's not limping now.
No, he's not. That foul's on Marcellus Beard. That's Mars' first foul, and that'll put Matej Delnick on the line for 2 shots. He averages 12.5 a game, but as we said, a couple of times. He scored 29 when these two teams played up in Peru back in November.
He's a good player. There's no question about
He's got
that.
7 already. He'll have 1 more. Missed it. So we're tied at 16. Grunwald. Over to Darrell Lemaire, who's checked in. Now back Remy Price into Darrell. Darrell goes inside off the glass. Basket and 1. Good job. As Darrell Lemaire got good position inside, rolled to the hoop, laid it up, and rolled around the rim and went in, and Darrell will be on the line to try to complete the three-point play as that foul comes up on Justin Nealon.
Nealon picks up his first. 16th foul already on the Bobcats.
Lemaire knocks down the free throw, so DL completes the three-point play. The Vikings lead it by 3. Against the press, wide open. Oh, missed a wide open shot, but there's a tip by Delnick, and he's fouled. B.J. Day was wide open underneath, missed it, but guess who? Matej Delnick came crashing down the lane, tapped it in, basket and 1. He'll go to the line to try to tie it back up again. That foul comes up on Obanecki. Delnick for the tie. Got it. So we're tied once again, this time at 19.
He already has 10 points.
Yeah, he's a player. In our eyes, anyway.
Yes.
I don't know what he's done again. Hadn't done all that much against the rest of the league. But outside to Lemaire, down low, Obanecki. Chisholm with a left-hander, good. Where'd that come from? Chisholm Obanecki in the lane, goes up with the left hand, flips it in. 21-19, Mo Valley. Delnick fakes a 3. Now pulls up just outside the free throw line. Missed it. Nice rebound by Grody. Had it taken away. Ooh, nice steal that time by Eboyden. I think now Eboyden's going to pick up the foul.
Nealon went up for the shot, and I think Darrell got part of that one, Lemaire, and then there was a foul after that.
And that's a 7th team foul on Peru State. That's going to put Darrell Lemaire on the line for a 1-and-1 as 5 new players check back in for Peru State.
Eboyden picked up the foul.
5 new bodies on the floor as Rakeem comes back in, Biandello comes back in, Roberts Burnett comes back in, Sakinas with 2 fouls comes back in. You name them, they just came back in. Merben back in there, but right now Darrell Lemaire on the line. The Vikes lead it by 2. Darrell will be there for a 1-and-1. He just knocked one down a minute ago and gets the first one. So Darrell's come off the bench. He scored last 4 points for the Vikings. He'll have 1 more. He'll try to make this a 4-point game.
He may be as athletic as anybody on this team, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, he's a very good athlete. Very experienced player, and he buries both free throws, so he's a perfect 3 for 3 from the line. Vikings' biggest lead of the night. They lead it by 4. Man-to-man defense by Mo Valley. They've been there the entire way so far, almost halfway through the first quarter, first half, just under 11 minutes left to play. Now Vikes in a zone, a little bit of a zone by Missouri Valley. Biandello lob down low for Sakinas, and it goes off his hands out of bounds as Biandello tries to lob it down for the big man Sakinas underneath, and Pulis can't bring it in, so it goes back to the Vikings with a 4-point lead. Grunwald around a screen. Deep 3 by Washington off the right wing, good! And that's the 3rd triple by Tim Washington as Tim buries one. The first 2 were off the left side. This time he bangs one off the right baseline, gives the Vikings a 7-point lead.
Boy, that's good to see.
Now Zakinas drives in, puts it up, puts a hook up and missed it. Got the offensive rebound. Merben almost walked with it. Biandello, right wing. There's a jumper by Brakeem. This one short. Rebound taken out of there by Lemaire. Boy, Darrell really giving the Vikings a lift right now, Ken.
Yes, he is.
Obanecki drives in, puts it up, and he's fouled.
And if that's on Sakinas, that's
That is.
3.
That's Sakinas' 3rd foul. So Polis Sakinas, the big guy on this Peru State team, he's a 6'8 junior out of Lithuania. He picks up his 3rd foul, and he'll be coming out as looks like Eboyden getting set to come back in. And Obanecki knocks down the first one. So the Vikings, I've got them at 5 out of 6 from the line so far. And Obanecki will have 1 more. Biggest lead of the game for the Vikings. They lead it by 8. Need to keep building on this. Second shot, Obanecki is no good. Too hard off the back of the rim. So the lead stays at 8. 9.5 left to play in the half. High post it comes. Roberts drives in. Roberts is going to be fouled by Obanecki. So a nice take that time by alias Roberts Burnett as he goes right down the middle. Chisholm Obanecki waxing on the arm, and that'll be Chisholm's second foul.
I tell you, he's quick. You talk about Robert Burnett. He's quick.
He just kind of glides, and he just kind of floats when he goes up in the air.
Not very big, kind of thin, but he can get inside.
Yeah, they only list him at 6'3". First shot by Burnett, good. So for Burnett, that's 5 points. He'll have one more. Is the big guy out of Boonville, freshman Tavius Brazil, checks into the Missouri Valley lineup. Obanecki takes a seat.
But you're telling us they didn't have school, they didn't practice, so they haven't practiced last couple of days, right?
So, yeah, second shot by Burnett is good. So Burnett gets both. It's a 6-point game, 2-possession game with 9 minutes and 20 seconds left to play in the first half. Collins, right wing to Hickey. Deep three by Kyle off the right wing. This one misses, but an offensive rebound by Collins. Back to Washington, another three by Timmy. This one misses.
They're launching some bombs.
Good look, just banged it off the back of the rim. Here come the Bobcats. Burnett, head of the key, Biandello over on the right wing. Here's a drive inside, and a deep three off the left side by Delnick. Missed it. Big Tavius goes up and gets the rebound for the Vikings. Gronwald. Now threw it right to Burnett. Brody should have shot the ball that time. Went into the paint and tried to kick it back out and threw it right to Burnett. Now deep, a jumper off the baseline by Rakeem. Left this one strong. 8:29 left to play. 6-point Viking lead as Price gets ready to check back in for Missouri Valley. Head of the key to Tavius. Tavius hands over to Bobby. Now Collins guarded by Biandello, gets it back to Brody. Gronwald around the screen, wraparound pass into Tavius, jump hook. And the Vikes have missed their last 3 shots.
Well, good look.
Oh, now Peru State, they try to get it ahead to Biandello as Boyden throws the ball over Biandello. Say those two names real quickly. Boyden to Biandello. Throws it over his head. Missouri Valley gets it back. 27-21, the Vikings have led. We were tied. I think 16-16 was the last tie we had. Now Price outside to Washington. Head of the key, Hickey. 12 on the shot clock. Now Price backs it out right around the Viking at midcourt. Remy goes down the paint. Oh, nice pass to Collins, and Collins slams it home. What a pass by Remy Price as he drove down the middle, drew a couple of players, and hit Bobby Collins for the slam. And Ken, that brings the crowd to its feet.
Good job by Bobby. He went up and stuffed that one. He got springs in those legs.
Delnick fakes a three. Now back outside. Now driving inside and floating in the air. Basket and one is Roberts Burnett. Gets into the paint, hangs in the air, and draws another foul. So I tell you, he's keeping this team alive right now.
Yeah, he has 8 points off the bench. 29-23. The Vikings playing well, but they can't get away from this team right now.
Burnett try to complete the three-point play here with 7:19 left. He could make it a 5-point game. Missed it. So the lead remains at 6 for the Vikings. Burnett with 8 points in the game. Looks like Bruce switched to a man-to-man. They started out in a 1-3-1 zone, but they're in a man right now. Hickey drives in. A little contact, no call, and Kyle puts it in. So Kyle drives inside. He penetrates, puts it off the glass. Nice soft touch. Kyle's got 4. Now they're going to say, I think one of the Peru State players stepped out of bounds with the ball.
Delnick stepped out of bounds as he was trying to drive that right side.
So we're down to 6 minutes, under 7 minutes, 6 minutes and 56 seconds left to play. Missouri Valley leads it by 8. That's the biggest lead they've had tonight. Trying to win their 8th conference game against 5 losses. Hickey against the man-to-man, right wing to Remy. Remy guarded by Perkeen. That should be a good matchup. And now they're going to call an offensive foul. Call it on Tavius Brazil. I think Tavius shoved off underneath trying to get position, so the freshman from Boonville picks up his first foul. (31-23), the Vikings lead it. Need a stop right here on defense. Biandello, head of the key. Comes over to Brakeem. He's been fairly quiet. He has that 1 3-point basket. That's been it. Oh, a nice pass, but a great block by Tavius Brazil. Ahead to Collins. Bobby, left it short. Bobby had a wide open shot and left it short. Now the Vikes throw it away. Wow, what a missed opportunity there. And now driving, slashing to the bucket, E. Boyden is E. Boyden and goes in strong. That's Brandon E. Boyden.
His first point, isn't it?
First basket of the game, and it's a 6-point game once again. Price, head of the key to Gronwald. Brody fakes. Bounced into Hickey, Kyle off the glass, and what a pass by Brody Gronwald. He dribbled into the lane, drew the double team. Kyle Hickey cut back door, and Brody delivered. He was a mailman that time. Hickey's got 6, Vikes back up by 8.
Now foul, I think, on nope, not on Price. They're going to call it on Gronwald.
Call that on Brody. That'll be Brody's first. That's team foul, and both teams have 8 fouls right now, so both teams in the 1-and-1. And we got a timeout on the floor, so 5 minutes and 39 seconds left to play in the first half. Vikes have looked pretty good so far. Right now they lead it by 8, 33-25.
And in volleyball tonight, Missouri Valley won their first match in men's volleyball last night, 3-1 over Culver. But they're in St. Louis tonight taking on #1 ranked Missouri Baptist. The Vikings lost the first set 25-23, and they're trailing in the second 20-11. So right now the Vikings are going to have quite a comeback in St. Louis.
Did I hear they're ranked 10th?
Ranked number 10.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Playing #1 tonight, and Missouri Baptist won the first one 25-23. They're leading the second 22-11. That's where they stand right now. In this game, the Vikings are shooting 52% right now. You know, layups don't hurt that percentage.
No, they don't. And they missed some layups.
Yeah, 12 out of 23. And Peru, 47%, 9 out of 19. So that's what's happening in this game.
Vikes have knocked down 4 from beyond the arc. Tim Washington has 9 points. Kyle Hickey has 6. Looks like 5 points for Darrell Amir. 4 points for Bobby Collins. 4 points also for Chisholm Obanicki. 3 points for Brody Gronwald and 2 for Remy Price.
And again, thanks to Chaz Maddie and the entire crew. I'm looking back up there, seeing they're all working tonight. The Padillas, Ricardo and Georgina on the cameras tonight. Chaz Maddie on the Viking Sports Network, really giving us all the pictures of tonight's game.
Okay, on the line for a 1-and-1 is Rashad Brakeem, and he knocks down the first one. He has 4 points. He'll have 1 more. He averages almost 19 points a game, the leading scorer on this team. How many double-figure games do you say he's had?
17 in a row.
17 in a row. So Brakeem knocks down both free throws, makes it a 6-point game once again. Looks like Peru going to stay in that man-to-man now. Price drives in, had it swatted away by, I think, Boyden got a piece of that. There's a jump shot out of the corner. This one bangs around the rim and comes off, and a nice job by Bobby Collins inside, and now
they're going to say through an elbow.
They're going to say he
unintentional.
Hit Brakeem. Brakeem, I think, took an elbow in the head. I think Bobby just trying to clear a little space on that rebound. He did a good job getting the rebound.
He didn't throw the elbow. He kind of turned his shoulder side to side, just try to clear some space. They're going to call him a foul.
Well, nice acting job by Rashad Brakeem, too.
Well, Bobby is only 6'3", the leading rebounder for the Vikings, picks up his second foul. They did not call it an intentional foul.
No, I don't think he tried to do it. He just was trying to get some space, and that's exactly what good rebounders do. Now Tavius Brazil will come back in as that's the second foul on Bobby Collins. Brazil back in, Collins out. It'll be Peru State ball underneath with 5:19 left to play in the half. Delnick, got to stay on him. Right wing. There's a deep 3 off the right side, and that's good. That one buried by Justin Nealon. Nealon hits his first shot of the game, and folks, we got a 3-point game as Peru State on a 5-0 run right now.
Back and forth we go, just like in the women's game.
33-30, Missouri Valley leads it down to the 5-minute mark in the half. Gronwald, guarded by Biandello, hands over to Hickey. Kyle behind the back dribble, comes around a Brazil screen, pulls up for a 3. This one no good. Rebound, Emboyden. Here comes Emboyden. The other way. Now the ball brought back outside by Nealon. Nealon drives on Price. Put it up. They say Remy. Ooh, Remy got ball, but I think he also got part of Nealon's arm. They're going to call that foul on Remy, so that'll be Remy's first foul, and that's going to put Justin Nealon on the line for 2 shots with 4:36 in the half.
And that's the 10th foul on the Vikings, so any foul now is going to be 2, though that's 4:36.
Justin Nealon, a freshman out of Council Bluffs, Iowa. First shot is good. Now Darryl Lemire. Darryl comes back in for the Vikings. Kyle Hickey will take a seat. Nealon can make this a 1-point game if he can knock down this second free throw.
Hickey came out and he's going right back to the bench, or right back to the scorer's table.
Second shot by Nealon, good. So the Bobcats have rattled off 7 straight points. They made an 8-point game, now a 1-point game.
He's
the Vikes need a bucket right here.
Kyle's going to have to wait and come in the next dead ball.
Brazil, Price, Washington, Lemire, and Brody Gronwald, the 5 on the floor for the Vikings right now. Price, man-to-man. Washington outside. Oh, nice stop-and-go dribble by Tim, up and in. Boy, that was a nice take that time as Tim changed directions about 3 times on that drive and put it up off the glass. Vikes back up by 3. Now the other way, Biandello. Biandello comes the other way and knocks down a jumper, makes it a 1-point game again. 4 minutes. 4 minutes left to play in the first half. Price hands into Lemire, and Darryl tries to drive through the lane, and somebody grabbed him on the arm. That foul's going to come up on Nealon, I believe. That'll be his second, so that'll put Darryl Lemire. Darryl, the junior out of Manor, Texas, put him on the line for 2 shots here.
Darryl has 5 points in the game.
As you said, very athletic, Ken, and he really hustles all the time. Come on, Darryl, need a couple right here. Need to keep this, let's close this half out and take about an 8 or 9 point lead into the locker room. Hickey, Kyle getting set to check in. Normally they won't let the guy come in with a second free throw.
Now it's just going to be a 1-1.
You know, I was thinking that was their 10th. It's just, just a 1-1. It's just their 9th. Okay. So Lemire will be there for a 1-1. Vikes will be in the 2-shot bonus after this. First shot by Darryl. Hey, 2 shots. First one's good. So Darryl, a perfect 4 out of 4 from the stripe, give him 6 points in the game. If he can hit this second one, he'll make it a 3-point game. Got it. 37-34, the Vikings lead it. Vikes have been in a man-to-man the entire half. Biandello pulls up for another jump shot. This one misses, and Lemire skies for the rebound. I tell you, Darryl's giving this team a big lift this half.
Huge lift.
Now Gronwald almost loses it. Lemire, tried to wrap it into Tavius Brazil, and they say one of the Peru State Bobcats got a hand on the ball, so Valley will keep it under their own basket with 21 seconds on the shot clock. Eric Behrens all the way down on the court, I think, on the baseline down here, the coach of Peru State. He's helping the officials. Gronwald. Brody back to Washington. Timmy's drained 3 threes. He's got 11 points in the first half. There's a deep 3, head of the key. This one misses. Battle for the loose ball. Kyle Hickey tried to get the offensive rebound. They say he touched it last out of bounds. So with 3:24 left to go, it goes back to the Bobcats, trailing by 3.
Both teams will be in the double bonus the rest of the way.
See if the Vikes can get another stop right here. Biandello fakes a shot. Back to Delnick. Delnick for the tie. Hit of the key. Got it.
2-pointer. They're going to
get a 2?
Yep.
So Matej Delnick, that's only a 2. So Matej Delnick, he got 12 points already. Makes it a 1-point game.
Set some big games against the Vikings.
Washington. Ball fake. Puts it up in the lane. Missed it. Rebound by Brakeem. So the Bobcats can take the lead with a basket here. Vikes have been ahead most of the half. Now Delnick goes down the baseline. Put it up. Blocked by Brazil. Tavius Brazil gets a block, and Delnick wanted a foul. Now Coach Chad Lance takes a timeout. Delnick, I don't think he can believe that a foul wasn't called there.
He went in, crashing in, and bodies. Brazil went to the floor. Delnick went to the floor. Nobody picked up the ball, and finally it picked up, and I think a technical's been called on somebody. Or has it? No, I guess not.
I don't know.
Thought for a moment there was, but I guess not.
It did get real quiet in here for a minute.
Brody was heading down as if he was going to shoot free throws.
I think Missouri Valley took a timeout.
Yeah,
I think that's
what it was.
yeah.
So, you know, there is a technical. I think there is a technical foul on somebody. Who's a technical on?
Yeah.
Who? Peru coach.
I guess, yeah, I
on the
think,
bench.
yeah, they wanted a foul that time. Delnick drove in, and the officials ruled that Tavius Brazil had a clean block. Delnick thought there was contact, and I guess Eric Behrens agreed with him.
And the officials didn't agree with him, so they've given him a technical foul. And so
all right, let's hit both free throws here.
37-36, Viking lead just one. This broadcast copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, and Human Service Division, Missouri Valley College, a private use for audience. Any retransmission of the use of the broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley is prohibited, and also sponsored in part by our friends at Marshall, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep.
And they're our real good friends right now, aren't
good
they?
friends. They'll be providing the transportation to basketball and football games and other sporting events.
What do you say? Is that Albert Holland? Is that right?
Albert Holland, yep.
Yep.
And
You know, in this Peru State team, Ken, they're only 4-9 in conference play, but they've played a lot of teams very close on the road. I know they've got at least three-point losses on the road at tough places to play. So they're a better team than their record would indicate.
2:37 to go. Yeah, this men's side is tough. Here's the technical fouls.
Brody Ronwald knocks down the first one. Brody hit the first basket of the game, hit a three for the second basket, I guess it was. Now he misses the second free throw, so it will be Viking ball. They lead it by 2, and they'll have to take it the length of the court. Brody with 4 now. 38-36, 2.5 minutes left to play in the first half. Brazil gives it on the left wing to Lemire. Lemire back to Hickey. Kyle guarded by Delnick. Over to Timmy. Washington now backs it out. He's picked up by Brakeem. Left-hand dribble down to 14 on the shot clock. Wrap around to Tavius. Hickey gets a return pass right in front of the Peru State bench. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Hickey stop and go in the lane. Throws up a runner. Missed it. Not a real good possession that time. Here comes Peru State. Oh, nice pass ahead for the tie, and the basket up and in is Boyden gets ahead of the pack. Nice pass. Was that Rakeem that made that pass?
Yeah, that nice
I think
pass.
it was. Nice pass to Boyden, who ran the floor, and Boyden ties it up. And now they call an offensive foul, I think, on Tavius.
Yep.
Tavius Brazil shoving off underneath. So under 2 minutes, 1:50 left to play, all tied at 38. So Vikes need a stop right here.
Peru with a chance to take one of their first leads of the game.
The game was tied. I think the last tie was 16 apiece, but now we're tied at 38.
A little perspiration on the floor, so going to wipe that up. 1:50 to go. That first game, the women's game, played in rapid pace tonight. It's only 10 minutes after 8, and we're about halftime here. 72-52, the women won tonight. They go to 4-9 in league play.
The Vikes have led by as many as 8 in this game.
And on the women's side, Ashley Ward has become the offensive force. As I mentioned at the end of that game, she's averaging about 17 points a game the last 3 games.
She goes to the bucket better than anybody in the conference that I've seen. All right, Peru's ball. Bakeem outside, guarded by Washington. Now Timmy. Now they're going to call an offensive foul. Nice job by Tim Washington. And Rashad Brakeem didn't like that at all, but they say, and he did what so many good offensive players do. He stuck that lead elbow out and shoved off on Tim Washington. So nice D by Timmy that time, and Vikes get it back.
Stuck his nose in there, stuck his chin in there, and got hit and took the foul, and the Vikings get the ball.
1:30 left to play in the half. Let's see if we can get about a 4 or 5 point lead at halftime. Washington outside, hands over to Price. Price will set the offense. Remy. Outside, almost threw it away. Good save by Washington. Ronwald down to 10 on the shot clock. Into Tavius. And tried to hit Hickey. Tavius threw a bullet about 5 feet away from Kyle Hickey and threw about a 95-mile-an-hour fastball at Kyle going full speed down the baseline.
Lucky he didn't break his finger.
Yeah,
Dislocate his finger on that one.
I'm not sure Nolan Ryan could have thrown it any harder than that. All right, tied up, 38, minute 10 left to play. Brakeem puts up the jumper, got it. So Rashad Brakeem gives Peru one of their only leads of the game with under a minute to play, 40-38. The Bobcats lead it. Hickey, head of the key, Brody spins into the paint. He's going to be fouled by Delnick on the drive, and that should be 2 shots.
So Delnick picks up just his first foul.
Matej Delnick whistled for the foul, so that'll put Brody Gronwald, the senior out of Carthage, Illinois, on the line for 2 shots. Now Delnick, he and the officials doing a lot of talking tonight. He's trying to explain to the official, here's the way you call the game.
Yeah. Gronwald hits the free throw.
So Brody now has 4. He can give the Vikes a 1-point lead, which he does with 51.1 seconds left to play. Got to stay on Brakeem. He comes around a pick, stop and go dribble into the corner to Biandello. Delnick, leave Delnick open beyond the arc, missed it. Offensive rebound, Burnett up and in. Boy, Burnett, I think he's been the story in the first half for Peru State. He's got 10 points as he gets the offensive rebound and the stick back, and the Bobcats go back up by 2. Hickey, a baseline jumper for the tie, got it. Kyle Hickey knocks down a jumper. He's got 8. We're tied at 42, 17 seconds left. Peru can hold for the last shot as the shot clock's turned off. Burnett around the screen, drives inside all the way to the rack with the left hand, missed it. And the ball out of bounds off of the Vikings with 1 second left. 1 tick on the clock. So Peru State will have it under their own basket without much time.
Have to throw it in, catch and shoot.
Biandello to inbound. Come on, D. Got to hold him, D. He looks in, gets it outside at the buzzer. Burnett missed it. And we've settled nothing so far. We've played 20 minutes. Good first half by both teams, all tied at 42 apiece.
We'll be back. We'll take a look at the scoring and go over some of the statistics of this first half. It's a good one. All tied at 42. We're coming right back to the Burns Center.
Music is a bridge between the material and the spiritual. My name is Harvey Lauer, and I'm 82. As a blind person, you have to be aware that nobody can tell you what you can or can't do. You really have to try things. My folks got me a little radio in 1940, and that was the best Christmas present I ever got. When I was 11 years old is when I started to play music, play the piano, and then the accordion, and then the cello. My wife, who was also blind, was a good cook. When she died, that's when I started Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college. This is beyond a simple donation. It's the opportunity for America to invest in its kids and take an active stake in the future of the country. The return on your investment isn't money. What you get back is knowing you protected our potential. So one day, that potential can grow up to become surgeons and architects, executives and engineers, people who can change the future just by being a part of it. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. A public service announcement brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Well, the Valley Cheerleaders, and there are a bunch of them tonight. They're getting ready to do a little routine, so they'll entertain the halftime crowd. And, Joe, while we do that, how about the scoring of the first half?
Well, as we said when we signed off, all tied 42 apiece. The Vikings led most of the half. They led by as many as 8 points, but a nice run by Peru State to close out the half. And we were tied several times in the half, and that's where we are right now. But let's look at the scoring for the Vikings. Good first half for Tim Washington. Tim in double figures with 11, hit 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. Tim with 11, 8 points in the half for Kyle Hickey, 7 for Daryl Lemire. Daryl, I thought, gave the team a nice lift. 6 points in the first half for Brody Gronwald, 4 each for Bobby Collins and Chisholm Obanecki, and then 2 points for Remy Price. For Peru State, they had 2 players in double figures. Matej Delnick, who's a Viking killer, he had 12. He had 2 out of 4 from beyond the arc, and then 10 points from Alias Roberts Burnett. I thought he was the difference in the game. He had 10 points for Peru State off the bench, and then 7 points in the half for Rashad Brakeem. He's a leading scorer, normally averages over 18 points a game. 5 points in the half for Justin Nealand. Looks like 4 points for Marley Biandello. 4 points also for Brandon Eboydenen. And looks like, is that it? Yeah, I think that's it.
All right, 42 all is our scores. The Valley Cheerleaders entertaining the crowd. Take a look at some of the other numbers. The Vikings, both teams shot well. Vikings 47%, 14 out of 30. And Peru State 50%, 15 out of 30 from the field. 3-point range, both teams shot well. Peru 4 out of 10, 40%. The Vikings 4 out of 9, 44%. Both teams did a good job at the line. Peru 8 out of 10, the Vikings 10 out of 13. Rebounds, the Vikings with a 1-rebound lead. Assists 9-5 Valley. Both teams turned it over 10 times, so that's why you have a close game. The stats are just close, up and down. Points in the paint, even at 16. Just not many differences in this ball game. Good ball game.
Well, you know, we played these guys up in Peru early on. The Vikings won that one by 3, and that game was close throughout, too. So these two teams match up very evenly, but I think the big difference is the Vikings have had much more success at winning close games this year. They're 7-5, and Peru only 4-9, and Peru's played a lot of teams close, but as Coach Barron said before the game, they just have trouble closing out close games.
All right, we'll be back. We're going to go over the standings on the women's side. All the games are in, so we'll update the standings in just a moment.
Dad, this is fun. I didn't think I liked kayaking.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, but I think it's time to head back in.
Okay. Can we come back?
Sure.
Tomorrow?
Let's check with Mom. Hey, be careful getting out of the boat.
It's a kayak, Dad.
I'm going to return the kayak. Just make sure you have everything.
Yep. Can we walk home?
How about a taxi? 233 North Maple, please.
It's a short fare from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood.
Best day ever.
A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org. A public service announcement brought to you by Matters Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
All right, let's take a look before we get to the women's scores again in the standing. In volleyball tonight, number 1, Missouri Baptist defeated Valley in 3 games, 25-23, 25-12, and 25-15. So Missouri Valley is now 1-1 on the season. So again tonight, the scores: Clark over Grandview 66-55. Mid-American Nazarene defeated Culver 67-52. Benedictine over Graceland 72-49. William Penn beat Mount Mercy 86-80. CMU over Baker 80-75. Avila knocked off Evangel 79-65. And Valley here winning 72-52. So right now it looks like Central Methodist and Benedictine are tied for first, a half game ahead of Baker. CMU and Benedictine 12-2, Baker 11-2, and then Mid-American Nazarene 10-3, and then William Penn 9-4. So Joe, again, those 5 teams, it looks like will be battling for those spots, those byes in the first round of the tournament.
A lot more separation on the women's side than there is on the men's side. You know, when you look, I mean, Baker, Benedictine, Mid-America, all 3 in the Final Four of the national tournament last year. Central Methodist, the regular season conference champ. So I guess the only surprise in that group, maybe William Penn, the Statesmen States ladies having a great season.
And then, let's see, Clark is 7-6, Grandview 5-8. Then Mount Mercy, Culver, and Evangel all 5-9. Then the Vikings and Avila tied at 4-9. How about the job right now for Avila?
Yeah.
They hadn't won a game. They've won 4 in a row, or 3 in a row now.
They've won 4 of their last 5, I think.
They're 4-9 now in conference play. And Graceland, 3-10, and Peru is 2-12. So that's the way the women's the women's rankings are. On the men's side, as we play tonight, taking a look at the standings going into tonight's play. William Penn is 10-2. They were supposed to be here Saturday. That game would be played February the 13th, on Monday. Grandview 9-3. Mount Mercy 9-4. Again, some teams did play another game. Monday night, Central Methodist beat Evangel 83-73, and it was Benedictine over Culver 81-53. They got those games in. Mount Mercy's 9-4, Graceland 8-4, Mid-American Nazarene 8-4, then Benedictine 8-5, Central Methodist 8-5, Valley next 7-5, but you lose that game to Clark, Joe, and you go tie for third. You drop all the way down. That's how close this thing is.
Down to 7th, I think, right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, really, Mount Mercy, they're a team that seems to be playing very well right now. They kind of came in here and stole one early in the year, and they're, were they 9-4, you said?
9-4.
And we go up there on Wednesday night, so we go to Culver on Saturday. And, of course, the Wildcats still looking for their first win. They're really struggling right now. And then go up to Cedar Rapids to take on Mount Mercy on Wednesday. So a couple of big road games coming up before we return back here for a home tilt with Graceland next Saturday.
Baker's behind Valley now 5-7. Clark 4-8. Evangel 4-9. This team, Peru 4-9. Avila 3-9. And Culver still looking for their first win. The schedule tonight, CMU is at Baker. Mid-America at Culver, Graceland at Benedictine, William Penn at Mount Mercy. Grandview is at Clark tonight, and Evangel will be at Avila, and Peru is here. So that's the schedule for tonight. Again, Saturday, we're going to have wrestling. It's the Missouri Valley Invitational, and I believe 33 teams will be represented here, over 400 wrestlers. We'll have it for you, coverage on the Viking Sports Network. We're going to start about 9 and go until it's over. I have no idea what time that'll be or what will happen, but we're going to find out.
And I'll tell you what I'll bet you. I bet you our next broadcast is going to be a week from Saturday. I bet by the time we make that broadcast, all kinds of teams on that men's bracket or that men's standing board will have shuffled positions.
Right.
You'll see all kinds of. But I can want to give credit. The Missouri Valley cheerleaders just put on a very nice routine at halftime. And I've got to say, I've never seen a group get about 7 or 8 tumbling mats on the floor and off the floor as quickly as they did.
It didn't take them very long at all. I think that's probably a routine they'll be performing in competition. So Saturday, when the Vikings play at Culver Stockton, we won't have the broadcast on the Viking Sports Network, but our sports information director, Andy Polverenti, will have a link to on the website, so you can still view that action. It'll be the same next Wednesday when the Vikings play in Cedar Rapids, so you will be able to see both of those ball games. Our next broadcast with Joe and I will be a week from Saturday when Graceland is here. So Saturday, we'll have some resting.
We told those Culver announcers they had to pull for the Vikings.
Yeah.
We can't repeat what they told us.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that, but you'll be able to see it. John Child will take care of
it.
it.
Yeah, John's a good man. He'll take good care of us.
You'll be taken care of if you want to see that. Again, in volleyball tonight, it was Missouri Baptist over the Vikings in 3, winning the first one 25-23, the second one 25-20, or 25-12 rather, and then 25-15 in the third to take that 3 games to none. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer.
When I grow up, I want to be a glass countertop in a new home.
When I grow up, I want to be a kid's best birthday present.
When I grow up, I want to be a football stadium.
When I grow up, I want to be a warm place on a cold day.
When I grow up, I want to be a fancy
When I grow up, I want to be a bike that races around the country. When I grow up, I want to be a bench on a forest trail. I want to be a rocking chair on a sunny porch.
I want to be a skyscraper.
I want to be a When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. A public service advertisement brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
Let's go inside the mind of a 10-year-old.
I should have worn those earrings today. I like those earrings. Gabby has those awesome earrings. I need to ask her where she got those, but that's just what she would want me to do. I'll have Michaela ask her for me.
Buckle up, Sarah.
Yeah, but then Michaela will be like, why don't you just ask her yourself? That's just like Michaela.
Sarah, buckle up.
Michaela's such a great name. I wish I was called Michaela. There's like a dozen Sarahs in my class.
Hey, we're not hitting the road until you buckle up, honey.
Oh yeah, seatbelt. I forget sometimes because my brain is like busy, you know? I wonder if there's pizza at school today.
Sometimes it can be tough to get through to your kids, but it's not impossible. Always make sure they're wearing their seatbelts, even on short drives. Remember, you have the keys, you have the power. Never give up until they buckle up. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. Visit safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup for more information.
You didn't get anything done, 42-all. Maybe we can turn this thing around and get the Vikings a win tonight. Vikings need this win. You lost the last one at home against Clark. You don't need to do 2 in a row.
Got to take care of the home court, especially in this conference, as evenly balanced as a lot of these teams are.
All right, and it looks like the ball will belong to the Wildcats. I say Wildcats, the Bobcats. We'll play the Wildcats on Saturday.
The Cats.
Play the Wildcats on Saturday in Canton along the banks of the Mississippi River. Peru on the banks of the Missouri River in Peru, Nebraska. Here's a pass that's batted away and it hits the backboard, then the guy wire. And so that'll be Peru's ball underneath with 20 on the shot clock. Inbounding the ball, Bondola. Biandola will inbound, fires it out high for Brackeen. Brackeen one-on-one against Price, top of the key. Now leaves it for Biandola, and he knocks it down. 44-42. Bobcats with the lead. They have not led many times in this game. Gronwald into the corner to Hickey. Hickey drives baseline, gives it off to Collins, but he can't hang on to the pass. Brackeen the other way. Stop, pops, 14-footer in the first 4 points of the second half. Belong to the Bobcats.
Yeah, good try. Hickey tried to hit Collins in the lane, just a little bit off on their timing, and it ended up being a bad pass.
So here come the Vikings, trailing by 4. That's their biggest deficit of the night. Hickey to Gronwald, drives left side, takes it in. High arching shot, won't go. Here come the Bobcats on the one. Brackeen again, stops, fires the outside shot, it won't go. Rebound Collins, he wants to lead the break. Fires it ahead to Washington on the left wing. He takes it baseline, cut off there, so wisely brings it back out for Gronwald. Brody hands it off to Price.
Got to get Brody hot.
He only has the 1 field goal, and that was the second shot of the game. Gronwald out to Washington, around to Hickey, right in front of the Viking bench, which is to the left of us. Hickey behind the back with the dribble, off the glass, too strong. And here come the Cats again on the run. Joaquin goes top of the key. Biandola. Here's a shot outside. This one is good. It's a triple by Roberts Burnett. 7 straight points by the Bobcats to start the second half. It's 49-42. Wow, what a start by the.
I don't remember. Did Burnett play when we played up? I don't remember him when we played up in Peru.
I don't remember him playing either.
He's giving this team. He's got 13 right now.
13 points for Roberts Burnett. He came off the bench tonight. I'm going to look at his stats on the year. He's only played in 5 games, so
he must have started at semester, maybe.
Started at the semester. He's averaging 4.4 points a game in those 5 games, but he has 13 in this one. Quick timeout by Chad Lance after a 7-0 run to start the second half. 18:05 to go.
Like need a bucket right now.
Collins will inbound the ball. Gets it into Washington. Down the middle comes Washington. His shot won't go. And here come the Bobcats again, and that's Roberts Burnett with a rebound. He'll bring it into the forecourt. Back away. Hand it off to Biandola. Biandola top of the key. Joaquin fakes the shot, holds at the free throw line, gives it back out front. 49-42. Driving right side and putting it up and in is Biandola, and that's a 9-0 run to start the second half for Peru. 51-42, just like that. Now Washington top of the key. The Vikings shot a good percentage in the first half, but have yet to score in the first 2.5 minutes here. Remy Price underneath to Collins. Bobby, little jump hook in the lane is good. We needed that. 6 for Bobby Collins.
And once again, Bobby got the ball and goes up big and puts in that little jump hook.
Not very tall, but he plays inside. Roberts Burnett loses the ball, picked up by Tim Washington. There were 3 blue jerseys around him, so he stops, gives it off to Groenwald for a long 3 that won't go. Rebound pulled down by Biandola. Biandola takes it all the way down. The ball is kicked. Last touch by Hickey.
Nice hustle by Kyle, because Peru State had a 2-on-1 break. Looked like somebody was going to get a wide open layup, and Hickey got back and broke it up.
So Biandola will inbound it. As this Peru team striking early and often here in the early part of the second half. Biandola the inbound. Still looking underneath, and missing the shot was Delanik. However, it's put back in. Didn't see who got that foul.
Boyden.
Okay.
Boyden.
And Boyden got the follow as the first one by Delanik was missed. 51. Now the clock goes off. It was 50, should be 53-44,
9-point game, I think, yeah. I know it's a 9-point game.
Should be 53-44. The clock goes out. But
that's
I think
back.
After that basket,
yeah,
there should be
7.
one
I
more
thought it was
basket.
9. I guess it's 7.
51-44, but I still think there's another basket.
I thought it was
there.
9. That was a 9-point game, I thought.
Well, they scored. Yeah, they had 42 points. They scored the first 9, and they just scored there.
Yeah.
So it should be 53-44.
Yeah, I think it's 9, yeah.
16:49 to go.
So the Vikings only have that one basket by Bobby Collins here in the second half.
And now they're going to go to the monitor, I guess, to check the score.
They've outscored us 11-2 here in this half.
Yeah, so it should be 53-44. They're going to check the monitor. Chaz Matty will give them the pictures they need, and we'll be back in just a moment.
There it is. Now it's up there.
I'm a firefighter.
A teacher.
I'm a farmer. I'm a barber.
A waitress. A mom.
We're all part of your community. Every day we move in and out of each other's busy lives.
It's easy to take for granted all the little moments that make up our everyday.
Some are good, others not so much.
But that's life. It's when you experience a moment of uncertainty, something or someone's behavior that doesn't seem quite right.
These are the moments to take a pause.
Because if something doesn't feel right, it's probably not.
It's not about paranoia
or being afraid.
It's about standing up and protecting our communities.
One detail at a time.
Because a lot of little details can become a pattern.
We
trust our instincts.
Just like you should.
Because only you know what's not supposed to be in your everyday.
So protect your everyday.
If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Well, they're checking the monitor, and what they do, they take a feed off of our system, and Chaz Matty directs it. Now, you don't, if you're watching your computer, you're not going to see what the officials are looking at. He could actually go on another part of his system and back up the action, and that's what they're doing on the other monitor. And so I guess they're checking to see maybe either tie or who scored that basket. I don't know what we think.
I know it was Embroidered.
Yeah.
Embroidered got the bad. So we do know two things. It's going to be 53-44. Yeah, it's going to be the Viking ball.
We know that. Those two things we do know. As they continue to look at the monitor here. Again, now the games tonight. CMU is at Baker. Mid-American Nazarene at Culver. Culver really struggling, 0-13 in league play, 1-16 overall. Graceland at Benedictine, William Penn at Mount Mercy, Grandview at Clark, Evangel at Avila, and Peru at Valley. Maybe that's a good thing we're not going to be there. I don't think Jack Schrader will be in too good a mood, probably.
No, Jack's struggling this year. You know, and really we mentioned this the first game, but unless he's changed his roster, most of his players this year are from other countries.
Right.
They've got a lot of players and some good players. I mean, I'm surprised that team hadn't won a game. They look pretty. Guys, they look pretty good down here. In fact, I think it was very close at halftime. We played them the first conference game of the year down here.
All right, so the score is correct, 53-44. And both coaches say, okay, we're happy with that. We're happy with the time, and so we're going to play it. Everybody's happy.
And once again, how many times do you look at the monitor and absolutely nothing changed?
But everybody's happy. Yep. So here's Remy Price with the basketball off to Gronwald. About 20 minutes to 9 Central Time, so it's been a quick doubleheader. Here's Price off the glass. It just won't go, but tipping it in is Bobby Collins. Bobby there, he has 8.
Bobby's got the only 2 buckets for the Vikings here to start the second half. We played almost 4 minutes.
53-46. Biandola gives it back out front. They run a little weave. Biandola drives the baseline, whips a pass into the corner. Back out to Burkeen. His 3 is good for Burkeen, and with that bucket, he now has 12, and for the 18th straight game, he's in double figures.
He's a pretty good shooter. He's knocked down 2 from beyond the arc.
And in those games, 8 of those have he had 20-plus. Vikings trailing 56-46. Hickey, top of the key, Gronwald, head and shoulder fake, gets to the free throw line, 15-footer.
There we go. There we go, Brody.
Head and shoulder fake, dribble around his man, got to the free throw line, jump shot good.
Got to get him hot.
And now whistle stops
shot
play
clock
again.
Issue, I think. It's a shot clock
36
thing.
to go.
Yeah, now they got it was on 30. Now they've got it down to 26.
26 on the shot clock, so Peru will inbound. They get it into Biandola. Biandola, where's number 32? He stopped the dribble, looking for help. And finally gets it off to Iboibaden. Nice ball movement, baseline jump shot good. It's another triple. Burkeen 2 in a row, and the lead grows to 11, 59-48.
And they're finding him, moving the ball around the arc and finding the good shooter open.
Price on the wing left side, brings it to the free throw line. Head and shoulder fake, kicks it in the corner to Hickey. High arching shot, good for 3 by Kyle Hickey.
We needed that one. Nice shot by Kyle. He's in double figures with 11. That's what the doctor ordered right there.
Burkeen.
Yeah, go ahead.
The other way, another long 3. Wow, he got another one. He had a guy right in his face as he buried that one. His 3rd of the half, Joe.
Yeah, he's on fire right now.
62-51. No wonder he scores in double figures about every time out. Now it's off to Remy. Price, free throw line, head and shoulder fake, drives inside, head and shoulder fake, puts it up, scores. And the foul is going to be on Biandola.
And Biandola stands 6'3", and Remy Price 5'11". I'm not sure he's that big. Remy certainly not afraid to go at a bigger guy, and he's had very good luck taking that ball into the middle, and he has a chance for the three-point play.
He knocks that one down, 62-53.
Come on, Remy. That's Biandola's first foul.
Free throw by Price is good.
Good job.
So Remy completes the three-point play. He has 5. 14:30 to go. 62-54, Valley down by 8.
You got to figure Brakeem's going to cool off sometime.
Here he is again. No look pass, whips that one in the lane, and the bucket is good and a foul.
Yeah, that time Boyderton, I think Boyderton cut right down the middle, and Brakeem found him.
And let's see who they call the foul on. The foul is going to be on
Remy.
Remy, his third. So, Boyderton at the free throw line, trying to complete a three-point play. And that free throw is good. They're shooting into the open end of the gym here in the second half, but it doesn't seem to bother them much. 65-54.
Yeah, Obanecki getting set to check back in for the Vikings.
Price drives left side all the way in the basket, puts it up, leans in, no basket, and they're going to call a late whistle, but a foul is going to be called.
Delnick, I think.
Yep. He's saying, wait a minute, I didn't get him, but he did.
He's a good player, but he's cried on every foul he's gotten, or every call against him.
He has 12 points right now, and a couple of fouls, and Remy Price back to the line. Price will shoot 2, and that's just the second team foul on the Bobcats, and the first free throw is good.
Like to see Remy taking that ball to the basket. He's always penetrating, but very unselfish player. When he gets in there, he needs to shoot some of the time.
I agree. And he knocks down both free throws. Good job by Remy. 65-56. Here's a shot from the free throw line. That one is no good. Taken by Delnick, and the Vikings could get a little closer. Obanecki off to Price. Price, or rather Washington down the middle. He throws one up, it won't go. Obanecki with the rebound. Looks inside. He'll muscle his way into the right side. He'll put it up and in. Obanecki with a strong move across the lane. He has 6.
A lot of contact. That could have been a basket and one that time, but Chisholm got the basket.
Now the other way, it's Brakeem, top of the key. His shot won't go. Offensive rebound, however, put in by Delnick, and a whistle and a foul.
Wow, chance for a three-point play, and Delnick, nobody put a body on him. He kind of came off that left side. The three-point shot was missed by Brakeem, and Delnick slashed down that left side, and easy stick back, and that's foul number 2 on Brody.
Brody will check out. Lemire is in. Obanecki, Darryl Lemire, Hickey, Washington, and Price on the floor. For the Vikings, Delnick's free throw is good. Rolls around, but he got it to drop.
Delnick's got 15 now.
So he and Brakeem and Roberts Burnett leading them in scoring in this game.
Doing most of the scoring.
68-58, 10-point lead. Washington, top of the key, almost threw it away. Price
came out of nowhere to get that one.
Here's Price, right side. Stops on a dime, tries to force it underneath, gets it into Darryl Lemire, right in front of the rim, and he lays it in. Lemire now has 9.
And Remy Price kind of putting this Viking team on his back right now.
Top of the key. Now they'll work it to the right side, again underneath. Delnick back out. Brakeem can't pull the trigger from the top of the key, tries to get it underneath. They tried to go underneath to Boyderton, and the ball was knocked out of bounds.
Good job by Obanecki. Otherwise, Boyderton would have had a pretty easy shot, and Chisholm came over the top and knocked it out of bounds. So good hustle by the big guy that time.
Sakinas comes in. He has not played much. Remember, 3 fouls in the first 4 minutes of this game.
Yeah, he did.
So here come the Bobcats with the 8-point lead in the ball. 12:47 to go. Vikings really have to work defensively. 5 on that shot clock. I don't know if they recognize it or not. They did not recognize it, and it's a shot clock violation. Biandola thought that maybe he got the ball off to Brakeem for the shot in time, but did not. Good job by the Vikings defensively.
All right, guys, need a bucket here. We're down by 8. Let's make it a 2-possession game.
Remy Price off to Obanecki. Lemire to Price, swinging around right side to Hickey. Kyle looks inside the lane. Strong move. Obanecki puts it up. It won't go. And the rebound pulled down by the Bobcats.
Got to hit that one. Got it in the lane. Just a little bit too hard off the rim.
Boyderton, here's a shot in the lane. No good. Ball goes into the corner, and that was last touched by the Bobcats, so the Vikings get it right back. And over by the Viking cheerleaders, Thor the mascot. Vikings down by 8 with the ball, 68-60, 12 minutes to go.
Plenty of time.
Here's Remy Price. Quickly into the corner, gets it back out front. Zone defense again by the Bobcats. Hickey will crank a three. Oh, won't go. Looked good in front of us.
Yeah, it did. It had good spin on it. Looked like it was right on line, just a little bit hard.
Robert Burnett with the rebound, gives it off to Biandola. Now they lob it into the corner, right back into the big guy. This time he scores as he got away, and Sakina scores his first bucket of the contest. The other way, Price drives a length of the court.
And that's 4 on Sakina. I think that's Sakina's, and I think that's his 4th.
Wow. He said, man, I'm not having much fun out here.
He says, somebody else has got to pick that little guy up. I can't do anything with him.
And that's his 4th. He has not played much. Remy Price at the line.
Like I say, Remy very aggressive on offense, and that's good to see. They're going to leave Sakinas out there with 4 fouls.
Eyes well.
Yeah, you take him completely out of the rhythm. You keep sitting him.
Price hits the free throw. He's 4 for 4. Vikings doing a nice job from the free throw line in this contest tonight. In fact, I believe the Vikings right now are 14 out of 17. Not bad.
Come on, Remy. Knock one more down.
Price got them both. Remy now with 9, 70-62, and he is the man in the second half, at least to this point in the first 8.5 minutes. Now the Vikes play some zone. Delanik swings it to the top of the key. Back to Delanik. Nowhere to go with it. Head and shoulder fake. Gives it off in front of the bench. 9 on the shot clock. Now they go baseline. Shot is missed. And the Vikings play some good defense, and here they come the other way. Washington, no look pass to
Oh,
He
man.
can't come up with it.
Great pass by Timmy.
Biandola will take it.
Look out here.
Driving inside, and the layup is no good by Brackeen. The Vikings will bring it the other way. Washington off to Price, down the middle. And now they're going to call a foul. And this is going to be called on Delanik as he reached in, tried to take it away from Remy Price and picked up the foul. All Price was trying to do is get the ball out of the lane. That's the 4th team foul on the Bobcats. And yes, Mr. Delanik complained about that call.
He hadn't been happy with any of them.
Price will inbound the ball. They give it out to Gronwald, top of the key, against this zone defense.
Got to get Brody or Washington, one of those two hot.
Price kicks it in the corner to Brody. Splits the double team, gives it back out to Price. He'll drive down the middle. Underneath to Lemire, and Darrell's fouled. He took it up strong, and I think they fouled on B.J. Day.
Couple pretty good athletes hooking up right there, Price and Lemire. And Darrell knew he wasn't going to hit the shot, but he went up strong and drew contact. So
well, they're going to say Eboybeden is the one who fouled him.
Come on, Darrell. We maybe get back in this thing at the free throw line.
There you go. Darrell hits that one. Vikings doing a great job in the line. Darrell 6 for 6. He now has 10 points in double figures.
The Vikings as a team 6 for 6 here in this half.
Darrell averaging about 6 points a game. Above that as he knocks down both free throws. And the Vikings want a timeout. 70-64. Good ball game as Peru at the lead. Are we ever going to have a one-sided game on this men's side? Boy,
no, I don't see it. I don't see it coming. But Ken, on the game, the Vikings are 17 out of 20. I've got them at 17 out of 20 from the line for the game.
That is excellent. You can do that. You can win a lot of ball games.
Well, let's see. That's, 85%,
yeah,
I guess.
About 85% from the line. You're exactly right. Valley shooting 47% from the field, 21-45. But look at Peru, 26 out of 48, 54% shooting by Peru in this ball game.
Yeah, they're burying some shots.
Now the Vikes bring Tavius Brazil out of the timeout along with Lemire, Gronwald, Tim Washington, and Remy Price. 10.5 to go. Valley trailing by 6 as Peru scored the first 8 points of the second half. Vikings still chasing, playing some zone. As Peru moves it around and throws it away. Bad pass by Eboybeden. He was trying to get the ball to Delanik, threw it right by him.
Well, Peru State all of a sudden has cooled down if the Vice can just take advantage of it on the offensive end.
Roberts Burnett checks in. Now, I am really surprised. This team only 4-9 in conference play, but they've played everybody close.
They look better than that.
Now, again, they have
the shot clock again does not start.
Doesn't want to go. Peru's lost 5 in a row, so they were 4-4 at one time in league play, right in the thick of things. They're now 4-9. Vikings have lost 1 in a row. The largest winning streak is by Mid-American Nazarene coming in tonight. They've won 4 in a row.
They're playing well right now. What are they, 8-4 right now?
They are 8-4, and they are playing at Culver tonight. You expect that to be another win.
I'd put my money on them, I think.
70-64, having some issues. It's not with the clock operators, with the equipment, with the clock itself.
Well, they got 10 on the shot clock now, and I know there's more than that. Now it's 27.
So trying to get that fixed, and we'll see what happens here. Now 27, 10-16 to go. As Peru leading by 6, trying to get a win before the 3.5, 4-hour trip home tonight. Again, Saturday we will not be in Canton.
And that doesn't start again.
Yeah, Saturday we won't be in Canton. You will have a link if you want to watch basketball. We'll have that for you. But on the Viking Sports Network, we're going to have the Missouri Valley Invitational Wrestling Tournament. Well, they're going to try to get all this figured out. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying, and I learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
I quit.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Well, they're still working on the shot clock. I guess we could just get a couple of students and count to 30 on each end of the court.
We'll keep it here. We'll keep
one,
it for
2. I can put some fingers up and see what happens. Neither one of these teams really has too much concern about where the shot clock. I think we've had a couple of shot clock violations.
We could tell the officials we'll keep it, but they've had kind of been a tough night. I doubt if they'd be too amused.
They wouldn't be too amused by that. So we'll see if they can get this working. If not, I'm sure they'll come up with a stopwatch or come up with some other way to do this. This conference season, believe it or not, this is the start of the second round. Boy, it went by in a hurry. Of course, conference games have been played now since, mid-November?
Yeah, that's hard to believe. We're more than halfway. And a lot of conferences just started their conference play after the first of the year.
Yeah.
It was all non-conference before that. And for us to be in the second half right now, in fact, this is our halfway game right now. We've still got 2 with William Penn left. So
William Penn, again, those games will be made up on Monday the 13th. So Monday night the 13th is when those 2 games will be made up, the men's and women's game. And while we have a moment, I see Darlene Arnett up there. It's her birthday today, and they had a little birthday celebration in the main office this morning today. So happy birthday to Darlene.
Quite a lady.
She's been a long time.
She's a Viking true and true, as her late husband, Jerry Arnett. Jerry was the sports information director here, the longtime sports editor for the Democrat News here in Marshall. And then after he left that job, he became the SID here at Valley. Did a great job, and Darlene kind of carried on in his tradition. And she takes very good care of us, all the way from chocolate chip cookies to drinks to everything else.
We're going to take another break. Now the main scoreboard is out. Well, we were rolling right along tonight in this doubleheader. You knew something had to jinx us a little bit. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. You're watching and listening to the Viking Sports Network on moval.edu.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. so you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Rich is just a really, really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at
All
virtual...
right, I think we're ready to go as they brought in a new shot clock. Colin Smith, the assistant athletic director. Good job. Drew Hawkins, women's soccer coach. They got us back in line, along with Brett Holt, the volleyball director of volleyball operations. And we're back in business with 10 minutes to go. Vikings with the basketball. 10 minutes left in this one. Vikes trail by 6. Remy Price working that right side. 8 on the shot clock. Hooks the pass under Brazil. Brazil goes up with the left hand, leaves it a little short. Ball tipped out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. Fresh 30 on the shot clock as that ball hit the rim.
Good pass by Remy. Got it into Tavius. The big guy went up with the left hand, just left it a little bit short. Vikes have missed some shots in close. They're doing a good job getting it in there. Just got to finish.
Daryl Lemire checks out. Hickey back in. Price out to Washington. His 3 is well short. And the rebound pulled down by Roberts Burnett. 9:40 to go. Burnett gives it off to Brackeen. Out front to Delanik. Good ball movement by the Bobcats. They work it to the baseline. Vikings really chasing defensively here. Back out front it goes to Biandola.
Down to 5 on the shot clock.
5 on the shot clock. Delanik's going to launch a 3, top of the key. It won't go. Offensive rebound back up and in by Eboibeden, and a foul.
Yeah, and Eboibeden went up strong that time. He's got 7 points in the second half, 11 in the game, and he'll have a chance right now for the bucket in 1 as Tavius Brazil picks up his 3rd foul.
Boy, the Vikings worked and worked as hard as they could on that possession.
Had the shot clock down to about 3. Delanik missed the shot, but Eboibeden was there.
And he tries to complete the 3-point play and does. Eboibeden now has 12 points. It's 73-64. 9 minutes to go. Washington left side, back out to Price. Price drives inside the lane, little floater, spins in and out. Boy, that thing was down, the well came out. Eboibeden with the rebound. He'll bring it into the forecourt. Shake and bake move down the middle all the way, takes it to the rack, misses the shot, but a blocking foul on Brazil.
It's going to be 4 on Tavius. Tavius not a happy camper right now, but he just picked up his 4th.
Yeah, he thought, but he wasn't set and there was contact. Eboibeden at the line, gets the first one, and all of a sudden this team's doing a pretty good job at the free throw line.
Well, you know, Clark looked pretty good here the other night. Now Peru looks pretty good here too. Both these teams much better than their record would indicate.
Misses the second
but
free
offensive
throw.
Brackeen.
But an offensive rebound on a missed free throw. So Brackeen has it, 8:46 to go. Lobs it down for the alley-oop dunk, and they miss it. Eboibeden went up, had his hands on the ball, couldn't slam it. Here's Washington the other way. His shot goes in and a foul. What a big turnaround this could be. They missed the slam, and now Washington could convert it into a 3-point play on the other end.
It could have been a 12-point lead. They missed the slam, like you said. Valley gets down very quickly, and all of a sudden this could be a 7-point game. It could be a 5-point turnaround.
Big turnaround. Free throw. No. Brazil with a rebound, falls to the deck. No call. Now Washington drives to the lane, flips it up with the right hand. A kind of a wild hook shot, but a foul is going to be called, and this will be on Delanik.
See if he says anything this time.
Now, number 4, and he's gonna
take this
take
one.
this one. Zakinas will come back in.
Well, it could be a 6-point, 6-point turnaround, or 7, 6-point.
74-66, Washington at the line. .8:33 left. Perspiration in the lane.
We got every delay imaginable.
In this game. It's 9 o'clock, 8:33 to go, and I'll bet this next 8:33 takes at least a half hour. Washington.
Not time for him to go to the monitor, isn't it?
There you go. Free throw. Good by Tim.
Come on, Tim.
Again, average is 11-7. He's over that.
Well, the Vikings in the 1-1 now, and the Vikes have only committed 4 fouls themselves, so that's a pretty good sign right now.
And Washington hits the first free throw. He'll have another one. Next one on the way. Got them both to Tim Washington. 74-68.
I got Tim with 15 on the night.
Good night for Tim Washington. 8:27 to go. Now the Bobcats slow it down just a bit. They look inside to the big guy. Kick it back out. Outside jumper, good. And there's another one by Brackeen. That's his 5th triple of the night. 77-68. He is heating up.
It's his 4th in this half.
Hickey from the corner for 3. He cannot return the favor. Rebound, Boybeden. And he'll bring it across the timeline. Another long 3. This one won't go, but a tip in by Roberts Burnett.
Wow.
And it's 79-68. It's back to 11. Here's a 3 that's no good. Tim Washington saves it on the baseline. Gets it into Collins. Off to Gronwald, drives right side. Back out, it comes to Price. The Vikes will set it up with 7:30 to go. Remy Price, top of the key. Into the big guys. Nice pass to Collins, and Bobby lays it off the glass.
Once again, Remy Price with penetration. Great pass to Bobby. Bobby now in double figures with 10.
79-70, 7:19 to go. Boybeden out front to Roberts Burnett. He has been a big key in this game. Give it out now to Brackeen. Brackeen fires a pass too hard, too hot for Zakinas to handle. Goes out of bounds, turnover, Viking ball. 7:03 to go, 79-70. Valley fighting from behind here. Here's Remy Price to the top of the key. Remy gives it off to Washington. Now to Gronwald. Hickey, Washington, left wing. Back out front. Good ball movement. Baseline. Collins can't hit. He had a good look. Wouldn't go down. Boybeden takes it all the way to the rack with the left hand. Missed it. Collins with a rebound. Here come the Vikings on the run. Hickey back out to Gronwald. Inside the lane. 14-footer rattles in and out. Another rebound comes down.
Brody had a good look from 3. He's got to take that shot.
Yeah, I think so too. Boybeden with another rebound. 6:22 as we change possessions. Now off to Brackeen. Brackeen out front. 79-70. Bobcats with the lead. 6:10 to go. 11 on the shot clock. They look inside. Nothing there. On the drive. The floater up and good by Viandola.
Yeah, good shot.
He now has 10. The lead back to 11, 81-70. Tim Washington drives inside the lane, stops, nowhere to go. Gronwald holds it, back to Washington. His 3 ball on the way, good!
You can see that one all the way. Shot that one right in front of us, and Tim buried it. Timeout on the floor.
Tim Washington, he's feeling it tonight. That's his 4th triple of the night. Taking a look at a couple of quick statistics. The Vikings now shooting 43%, 23 out of 54. Peru continuing that torrid shooting, 29 out of 55, 50 for the game. The Vikings, 82% from the line, 19 out of 23, 80% for Peru, 12 out of 15. They're just having a great night shooting the ball.
Well, it just shows you've got to bring it every night in this conference. I thought Clark came in here and played a well of a game the other night. Now Peru State playing well. Let's hope we can pull this one out, though. Still a lot of time left, and let's see if we can make a run here. That was a big shot by Washington right there. Good to see Tim knock that three down, and going to have a few more of those.
I think he has 8. I have with 18 points.
That's what I've got. That's
Good
what
job
I've got
by
too.
Timmy Washington tonight. He's leading the way. Kyle Hickey has 11. Remy Price has 9. 8 for Gronwald, and Daryl Lemire is in double figures with 11. And Chisholm Obaneki has 6.
It's not, the offense is okay. When you got 73 points with almost 6 minutes left in the game, you're doing okay on the offensive end. It's just, and I'm not sure the defense is all that bad. This team's just hit a, let's see how many triples they have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
10,
9. I've got them with 9 or I'll count again. You talk and I'll count.
All right. 9 or 10 triples, I know that.
I got them with 9.
They've got 9, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, 9 out of 20.
Yep.
The ball belongs to the Bobcats, and they get it underneath to the big guy. His 2-footer won't go, however, another offensive rebound. This one taken down by Roberts Burnett. You got Sakinas to miss the shot, and then you couldn't get the rebound. 5:20 to go. 81-73.
Sakinas having a rough night tonight.
Yeah, he just got a little off base with those early fouls.
Probably have 30 in his next game.
Driving inside, little floater, good again by Roberts Burnett. You talk about a guy having a game, 17 points. Washington fakes the 3.
He averages 4 a game.
Yeah. Bobby Collins in the lane has to get out of there with the dribble. Back to Washington, fakes the 3 for 4:53 to go. Washington free throw line, puts up the shot. He's going to be fouled, and that's it. Sakinas is gone.
Yep.
He didn't get to play much tonight.
Fouls out with 2 points.
Yep, the fouls just got to him. 3 in the first half. He didn't have much playing time tonight. So he's out of the game. 4:50 to go, but more importantly for his team, they're up by 10, 83-73. Back in is Delanik. He has 4 fouls. Tim Washington at the line here.
Come on, Timmy.
Gonna be big now, and he misses the first one just a little strong.
Come on, Tim.
He's 2 out of 4 from the line.
He's had a good night. 18. See if we can make it 19 here. Make this a 9.3 possession game.
4:50 to go. Plenty of time there. That one is perfect. So Washington 3 out of 5 from the line. A little pressure put on by Price in the backcourt. 4:46 to go. No problem for the Bobcats to handle that pressure. They give it off to Roberts Burnett.
Like stepping the defensive intensity up a little bit here.
Biandola top of the key. Almost lost the ball. Rolled it off his right shoulder. He picked it up. Here again in the lanes. Flipping up a wild shot is Roberts Burnett. And he's going to the line to shoot 2.
I think he's been the difference in the game.
Yes.
I mean, you expect Rakeem to get 18, 20 points, but where did Roberts Burnett come from? That's 4 on Remy.
4:27. Well, you can't keep trading baskets. You're going to have to get some stops. Daryl Lemire. And it's all that 9-0 run to start the second half. That's been the difference throughout. And this guy, Robert Burnett.
Well, I tell you, the Vikes had that 8-point lead with about 5 or 6 minutes to go in the half, and Peru started their run there to close it out and tie it up at halftime, and then they've got that 9-0 run, like you said, to start the second.
Next free throw is missed. And the rebound comes down to Hickey. Vikings on the run. Here's Gronwald, dribbled it off his foot, out of bounds. It's been that kind of night. Brody going to the left side and just simply dribbled it off his foot. Ball flew off his foot, went all the way to the end of the bench. 84-74, 4:20 to go. Into Delanik. Vikings putting some pressure on. And the Bobcats get it across the timeline. Now back out front it goes to Biandola. Bobcats taking their time. 14 on the shot clock, 4 minutes to go in the game. Delanik In front of his own bench, takes it baseline, kicks it back and throws it away. Now it's picked up by Burkeen by the timeline. Burkeen fakes, goes up, has the shot blocked by Washington. Picked up by Lemire, and Lemire streaking up the left side. He's going to be fouled by Burkeen.
Great defense by the Vikings that time. They ran the shot clock all the way down. Burkeen tried a long one, and Tim Washington got up and blocked it.
And then Burkeen, a little upset, fouled Lemire on the sideline. 84-74 Valley, trailing by 10. A timeout taken by Peru. 3:48, plenty of time in this one. But Joe, the Vikings need a bucket and they need a couple stops. You can't be trading baskets anymore.
No, you can't. You can't. And you got to know where Brakeem and Burnett are.
Yeah, Burkeen and Burnett. Burkeen has
20. I got him at 20.
Yeah, 5 3-point field goals in this game. Is that right?
Yeah, I've got him at 20. 5. 15. Yep. Let me add it up again.
Let's see, they've got him at 21 points.
21,
yeah,
I guess.
21 points.
Yeah. 20. Had 7 at halftime. We had 21 points.
And he is lighting it up here in the second half. Daryl Lemire will be at the free throw line, however.
Daryl's had a good game. He needs to knock these two. Look at the Vikings crawling along the far sideline over there. I'm not sure what he's doing. He was down. Not a real big crowd here this afternoon, or this evening, I guess it is.
No, not a very big crowd. Free throw by Darryl, short.
Missed.
And the ball tipped into the corner.
That hurt. That one hurt.
So the Vikings put some pressure on, but here come the Peru Bobcats. They try to get it underneath. Nope, they're going to bring it out. 3:35 to go. Vikings really ratcheting up the defense and pressure. Good job by Lemire as he works on Burkeen. Now the pass underneath, taken away by Obaneki. And Obaneki can't save it off his foot. It goes out of bounds with 9 on the shot clock. Good defense, though.
Yeah, the Vikings have stepped their pressure up on defense tremendously now. Right in Peru State's face.
There you have 9 seconds with which to work. And here's a steal by Washington on the inbound pass.
Good job.
Tim Washington, maybe playing his most consistent game of the year. Fires it out to Gronwald. 84-74, 3:16 to go. Gronwald baseline, throws it away, and it's tipped out of bounds by Roberts Burnett. He stepped in front of Lemire and knocked it out of bounds.
Brody's got to look to shoot when he gets that shot from beyond the arc.
18 on the shot clock, Viking ball. In it comes to Washington, top of the key, 3 on the way. Just a little short. Lemire with the offensive rebound.
Good hustle by
Taps it off
Darryl.
the leg of Roberts Burnett. Viking ball to front.
Great job by Darryl. That air ball by Washington, and Lemire right there to tip it off one of the Peru State players' legs.
Gronewald to inbound it, gets it into Hickey. With this possession, that clock will wind down to 3 minutes. Lemire working the right side with 3 minutes to go. Washington top of the key. 18 on the shot clock. Here's Tim. He's going to fire another one. This one won't go. Offensive rebound, no. Picked up by the Bobcats. They want to run. They're going to take it all the way down. Shot is blocked by Washington. Rakeen has his shot blocked by Washington. Here come the Vikings. Gronwald underneath the Obaneki. Free throw line stops. Whips a pass baseline to Lemire. Steps in, throws up a wild shot, and he's going to be fouled.
That could be it for Delnick. That's it for Delnick.
So Delnick is fouled out of the game. 15 points.
Is he going to say something to the official?
Nope. He's going to look at the scoreboard and head to the bench.
Yep.
And coming in for the second time, Nealon. Justin Nealon played just a few minutes in the first half.
So Delnick and Sakinas have both fouled out for Peru State.
Lemire missed his last free throw. He's 7 out of 8. Misses this one.
Wow.
Gotta have these. 84-74. Next one is on the way. Good. So he gets 1 out of 2.
That's 3 possession game now.
84-75, 2:35 to go. Full court pressure by Valley. Bobcats take their time. Still in backcourt, and they'll have to take a timeout.
Good. I tell you, this Viking defense has really got Peru State out of their offensive rhythm now.
22 seconds on the shot clock, so they're getting very close to a 10-second call. And I'm trying to think of the new rule that was put in.
You have to call it within a certain. You can't wait till 9.5 seconds to call it, I don't think.
And I don't know if they get a fresh amount of time to get it in bounds or if they just get those couple seconds. I'm not sure. I know they changed some of that a couple of years ago. Guess we'll find out here shortly. 2:27 to go, 84-75. Vikings, though, trailing by 9, and not much time remaining. Peru, 52% now, 31 out of 60. They're led by Rashid Brakin. He has 21 points, and the leading scorer for the Vikings is Tim Washington. He now has 19. Good ball game. Well, you don't want to drop that second road home, Joe.
No, you don't. You sure don't. This one the Vikes need to pull out of the fire if they possibly can.
Vikings come in 7-5 in league play. They're in 7th place in the 14-team league. Joaquin will inbound. 2:27 remaining. And they quickly get it in to Iboibaden.
Lemire, Daryl Lemire on the foul. That's Daryl's first, I believe.
So Daryl Lemire picked up that foul.
And still, that's only the 16th foul. So now, from now on, Peru State will be in the 1-1. Vikes in the double bonus right now.
Joaquin will inbound it. Now they have a fresh 30 with which to work, and they throw it away, and now somehow Robert Burnett got through that traffic and came up with that ball. I thought the Vikings were going to have the steal.
That was a terrible pass. It should have been a steal. That just shows the athleticism of Robert Burnett that time. He just somehow
took it away
got the ball and somehow dribbled it out of about traffic with about 3 people around.
And he's at the line now. And his first free throw is good.
He's lucky that time. That was not a good shot. It hit the rim and bounced up in the air and dropped.
He's 4 out of 6 from the line. The lead back to 10 with 2:21 to go. So this is getting serious now. Second free throw is no good. And the rebound, Collins. It's a 10-point game. Vikings need to score in a hurry. 2:17 to go. Remy Price drives left side all the way to the basket. Oh, and it looked like he was fouled.
A lot of contact.
He took a shot to the midsection. We play on. Remy gets up.
A lot of contact.
Now a foul on Collins as he grabs the shoulder of Biondola.
A lot of contact. I mean, Remy was hammered down here. He looks like he's shaking up. Look, he's holding his right wrist right now.
He's trying to shake it off.
Wow, that should have been a 2-shot foul all the way.
Biondolas at the free throw line, and he hits the first one. He has 11 points now. The lead grows, 86-75. 2:05 to go. Gets them both.
That's a big turn of events there. Should have been
turn.
Price on the line for 2.
2 minutes to go. Remy Price. Off to Lemire. Darrell hands it off to Gronwald. Brody behind the back dribble. Takes it inside. Flips up the shot. It won't go. And they're going to call an offensive foul. So Gronwald picks up the foul. Joe, that's where that arc comes in. I don't know how close he was. It looked like if the defender is inside that arc, it would be a block every time if it's the primary defender. And that was awfully close.
Yeah, it was. Vikes. Yeah.
Awfully close. 87-75, and now a technical foul on whom?
I think it's on Kyle Hickey, I believe.
Said something. Well, that's going to put Brakin on the line, and Peru in pretty good shape now, 87-75. And Brakin makes the free throw.
And I think they're gonna get the ball too. Yeah, because there's that offensive foul.
If the Vikes cannot come back, they'll be 7-6 in league play, and Peru would improve to 5-9.
Now I think there was they call it. It's Peru's ball. Or was there a foul? Did they call a foul? I thought
Peru's ball.
I guess it's their ball.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they called a foul as they were bringing it down the court.
Full court pressure by Valley, but they find themselves down by 14. Looking for a loose ball. It's loose on the floor. There's a scramble. So there'll be a tie ball. And let's see, Viking possession, I believe. So that helps. With a minute 52 to go. More perspiration out there. I told you it was 9 o'clock with 8 minutes to go. We'd be close to 9:30.
What time is it now?
9:20. So we've played about 6 minutes of basketball time and 20
Well, we need
minutes
one more monitor.
Yep, there you go.
Check.
89-75, a minute 52 remaining. Peru trying to go to 5-9 in league play. We'll see if we have any other men's scores tonight to report. We had all the women's contests for you. All right, into the corner, Gronwald for three. It won't go. Ball tip. It comes away to Peru, and that man, Roberts Burnett, with it. Now Peru will take time off the clock as much as they can. Clock is their ally, and here's a foul on Gronwald.
Well, that's going to be tough now. Minute 38 left, 14-point game. It's not looking good.
We do have a couple men's games in. Benedictine beat Graceland tonight 67-63.
Typical Benedictine game, under 70 points.
And that's doing Graceland receiving votes for the first time on the national poll. Evangel beat Avila. First free throw is no good by Biandola. Evangel beat Avila 75-50 tonight. That was in Kansas City. Second free throw also no good. Vikings still have a chance. Long three, good. Lemire hits the triple. Vikings needed that.
Darrell's had a good game.
Minute 26 to go. Pressure. Here's a steal by Collins. He gets it to Gronwald. Gronwald will try a three. Good. Yes. That's 6 points in a matter of about 4 seconds. And the Vikings are right back in it, down by only 8.
Wow.
With a minute 18 to go, you got the three by Lemire, then you got the steal, and then you got the three by Gronwald, and it's 89-81 with 1:18 to go.
Here's the question: how fast can you score 6 points? The answer in about 2 seconds, and that's exactly what the Vikings did.
Another technical foul called, I think.
Is that on Peru State?
I think Ivoibaden. They're indicating number 3. They did indicate number 3.
That's good.
So that will be his third foul. The ball will belong to Peru, but the Vikings are going to get a couple free throws
here. They get 2 shots, so they can make this a 6-point game, a 2-possession game if they can knock down both free throws here.
Grandview beat Clark tonight 98-75. Those are the scores we have. So Grandview hanging right at the top at 10-3 now. We don't have a William Penn score. Again, the other scores, Benedictine beat Graceland 67-63. It was Evangel over Avila 75-50. And now Grandview over Clark 98-75.
You know, isn't it funny how all these games, 93, 91, 88, 87, and Benedictine 60-something to 63 fewer than we had, you know.
They just will keep that, they will limit possessions.
All right, Brody knocked these 2 down. We can make this a 2-possession game. Boy, it looked bleak a minute ago, but now the Vikes have life.
Brody's at the line with the technical. Hits the first one.
Got to knock this one down. This makes it a 2P game, 2 possessions.
Minute 18 to go. Plenty
that
of
could
time.
be a long time.
Got it.
Good job, Brody.
13 now for Gronwald, right around his average of 13.7. All right, this full court press has really bothered Peru. 89-83, they were comfortable just a few possessions ago. Vikings trapping all over. In backcourt, Rakeen, they still have it in backcourt. Finally, a pass ahead.
Almost threw it away.
And now they'll take some time off the clock. We're winding down to a minute to go, and a foul on Lemire as he fouls Biandola. And 2 shots coming. That was the 10th foul.
Biandola is 2 out of 4. He hit 2 a minute ago, but he missed his last 2. So see if he can miss 2 more here.
Free throw good. He knocked that one down. Now it's a 3-possession game with 1:04 to go. That 9-0 run at the start of the second half and the run at the end of the first half, the big key in this game is he hits both free throws, and those were big. 91-83, 1:04 to go. Price lets the ball roll to midcourt, picks it up. Around the screen by Collins, takes it right to the rack all the way. Lamb, good to foul.
Basket in one.
There was a gray blur down the lane, and it was Remy Price. Man, was he quick. Laid it in and was fouled.
I think he gets quicker as the year goes on.
He could make it a 5-point game with a minute to go.
That's the 3rd foul on Nealon. Come on, Brody. Remy, knock it down.
Can he complete the three-point play? Free throw, good.
Yep.
He's 6 out of 6 from the line. Full court pressure, 91-86. Still a minute to go. Vikings trapping all over the court. Now they get it ahead to Roberts. Burnett, and another foul. This one on Collins, and he fouls Rakeen. So Bobby picks up the foul, his third.
And you notice that time that Peru State kept the ball in the hands of Burnett and Rakeen.
Rakeen, a 74% free throw shooter, and he's 4 for 4 tonight.
Well, unless he hits them both, it's still a two-possession game.
And the first one is good. He'll have another one.
He got 22, I think.
Yep. Again, 9th time in his last 18 games. He's been over 20, and he hits them both. Very calm. 93-86, 52 seconds to go. Here comes Remy on the run again. All the way to the basket again. He scores and is fouled again. The same play as we had the last time down court. Now, your question is, why are you fouling him? Let him have the basket. But Remy's got a chance for a three-point play. He can make it a 4-point game.
I got Remy at 14 points right now.
Remy's had a big game.
Now it looks like Jacoby Cochran's going to check in for the first time. He's got some fouls to give.
Give some fouls.
Yep. Remy can make it a 4-point game if he can knock down this free throw.
And still 47 seconds remaining. Grunwald out. He can't foul. He has 4. Remy got it. His second three-point play in about the last 13 seconds. So he comes out. He has 4 fouls. He can't be out there right now either. 47.7, 93-89. Well, Peru was thinking they're going to get out here with a win. Now they're hanging
fighting
on.
For their life.
Vikings will keep the pressure on. Stoppage in play now. I don't know why.
Give the Vikes a chance to set that press up.
There you go. We'll take it. Boybadin will inbound the ball, and a quick foul on Hickey as they foul Rakeen. Let's see, Hickey now picks up his first.
Now Remy and Brody will come back in.
Can't have those guys out there to foul with the 4 fouls apiece.
How quick did Remy Price explode to the bucket both of the last 2 times down the floor?
Well,
just blew by the defense twice.
6 for 6 from the line.
Man.
7 for 7.
Not the man to foul, but sometimes you don't have any choice.
94-89. 45.6 seconds remaining. Now a timeout has been taken by Peru.
I got Rakeem at 26 points right now.
He's had a big ball game. He and Roberts Burnett, the other one, I have him with about 19, I believe. So those 2 guys have really
19,
been the key.
right.
Vikings shooting 45%, 28 out of 62. Peru still above 50%, 52%, 31 out of 60. And everything else is pretty, let's see, 16 turnovers for Peru, 15 for the Vikings. Everything pretty close. 36 rebounds for Peru, 33 for the Vikings.
I tell you, Ken, I don't know how this thing's going to turn out, but you got to give this Viking team credit. They were down by 14 points with a little over 2 minutes left to play, and now they cut it. It's now a 5-point game, so I don't know if they're going to pull it out or not, but they've come out of nowhere here.
Now they need a bucket after this free throw. Rakeen at the line. It's a 5-point game, and he settles in and makes it. 8 for 8 from the line.
I need a 3 right here. Make it a 1-possession game.
95-89, 45 seconds. Price lets the ball roll all the way across midcourt. Now here comes Remy. Quickly. Grunwald for 3, got it! It's a 3-point game. Grunwald hits the long 3, and now a quick foul again. Grunwald got the pass from Price, a high arching 3, and he buried it.
Can you believe this?
95-92, still 38 seconds to go.
Wow, what a comeback.
Can they come all the way back?
That's 5. Somebody, I think, Boyden just fouled out of the game, I think.
Well, let's see. They called the foul on whom? Grunwald? They called Brody that foul?
Oh, call him Brody. No, I'm sorry. It's on the Vikings. Yeah, Brody.
So
Brody.
Gone.
Brody's gone.
But he had to foul. Here's the free throw. Good.
Didn't have any choice.
Biandola hit the first free throw. Brody's out of the contest with 16 points.
4 two-possession game.
And he hits them both. They're hitting their free throws down the stretch. That's how you win games. Still 38 seconds to go. Price not picking the ball up yet. He lets it roll into the forecourt. 97-92. Now he picks it up and he kicks it in the corner. Here's Washington for 3. That one won't go. That would have been huge. Rebound comes down to Iboibedin, and he's fouled. Ooh, Tim had a good look at it. Oh, the ball went out of bounds.
They called a jump ball, I think.
Ball,
I think
okay.
they called a jump ball.
So the ball belongs to the Bobcats. Now they bring Cochran in for a foul. 97-92. Still 32 seconds to go.
Has this been a dog fight or what?
Yeah, this take another 10 minutes. They try to get it in. Almost ball was tipped. Now a foul. Tipped by Hickey, but the ball was right to
Brakeem, I
Brakeem.
think. They're going to send Brakeem back to the line.
So Brakeem will go back to the free throw line.
That's Jacoby Cochran gets a foul. That's what he was in there for, to get some fouls, because he has some fouls to give.
So Brakeem will go to the line. 97-92. And he buries another one.
I tell you. He and Biandola have done the job down the stretch.
He's 9 for 9 now. And he'll have another one. Second one on the way. Got them both. Well, they get the ball to him, and he makes the Vikings pay. 31 seconds to go. 99-92. Quickly. Lemire will try a 3. He'll hit a 3. Darrell's second triple from the right side. Full court pressure. Another foul. This one on Lemire. As the Vikings just will not go away.
I got Darrell with 18. I think by far his best game of the year, at least the ones I've seen.
That's his 4th foul. And that will put Biandola to the free throw line.
Well, it's still going to be a 2-possession game regardless of what happens here.
Now down to 24 seconds. They just keep knocking the free throws down, though. Biandola hits the first one. Well, you give them credit. Keep knocking them down.
Yeah, Vikes are doing what they have to do. They're playing it smart.
And Biandola hits them both. He's 8 out of 10 now. 101-95. 23 seconds to go. Here comes Price. Through traffic. Spins. Kicks it out. Lemire another 3. He got another one. Wow. Lemire hits another triple. They get the ball in and another foul. Wow. 14.5 seconds to go. It's 101-98.
Woohoo. Man, Darrell Lemire. That's three triples in the game for Darrell.
Tim Washington picked up his second foul.
21 points for Lemire. Boy, what a lift he's given this team tonight.
Guess who's at the line? Mr. Brakeem. 14 seconds to go now. 101-98.
I'd say both teams are going to be over 100. Peru already is.
Free throw. Got it.
Man alive.
Brakeem 11 for 11 from the line.
This is no 4-9 team.
No. They are putting on a clinic at the free throw line. Next one by Brakeem. He hit them both. He's 12 for 12. 103-98, 14.5 seconds to go.
Clock hasn't started yet.
Now they go. Here comes Price. He's going to take it all the way to the basket. Put it up. Got it. That didn't take long. Now the Vikings will foul again, and once again it's Brakeem who they foul.
It's where they want it. It's a 1-possession game right now, but he's got 2 free throws with under 10 seconds to play.
Well, both teams in triple digits now, 103-100, 9.6 seconds to go.
And somebody just fouled out. Bobby Collins just fouled out for the Vikings.
So he's fouled out with 10 points.
Now Marcellus Beard checks in.
Marcellus got a foul to give, and he can knock down a 3. Well, Brakeem, can you just keep hitting free throws? He's 12 out of 12.
Let's see him miss a couple here. Maybe if he'd missed that first one, who knows?
Yep, he missed it. 12 out of 13 from the line. Now it's a 3-point game with 9.6. If he misses, you have to get the rebound. Missed them both. Here come the Vikings. It's off to Price. Price down the middle, all the way to the basket. Layup good. It's a 1-point game. A 1-point game and a timeout taken by the Vikings. Price brings it all the way down.
4.3 seconds left.
103 to 102. 4.3
Wow.
seconds. Timeout taken by the Vikings. What they'll do now is foul immediately and still have a chance no matter what happens to knock it down and win the game.
19 for Price, and I think 21 for Lemire.
This has been something else. There's 8 minutes to go at 9 o'clock. It's now 25 to 10. But this is what the Vikings had to do. You had to foul and stretch this game out as long as you possibly could.
I tell you, the Vikings have played about as well down the stretch as you humanly can. I mean, what an effort by Coach Chad Lance and his bunch. I mean, wow.
Gronwald's fouled out of the game. Collins is fouled out.
This
Lemire,
team,
4 fouls.
this team again was down by 14 points with just over 2 minutes left in the game.
Price 4 fouls. Brazil 4 fouls. Delanic's out of the game for Peru with 15 points and 5 fouls. Sacanis 2 points. He fouled out of the game. From the line right now, Peru is 32 of 41, 78%. The Vikings 25 out of 32, 78%.
Well, I tell you, no matter what happens here, even if he hits it, hits both of them, the Vikes should get a shot.
They will have a shot no matter what happens.
Now the question comes up, if they hit 2, does Peru State foul?
They may foul then.
How about a steal right here? How about a steal?
That would be sweet. Vikings only down by 1, 103-102. All right, Roberts Burnett will inbound it. Vikings put on the pressure. He runs the baseline, looks to get it in, and does get the ball in to Biandola, and he's fouled with 3.1 seconds remaining. Vikings will have a shot. Fouls on Tim Washington, his third. So on the floor you have Washington, Price, Hickey, Beard, and Lemire.
All right. Gotta miss this first one.
Biandola misses the first one. He misses the first one. He'll have another one. The Vikings will have 3 seconds to get down court. Second free throw. He got it. It's a 2-point game. Here come the Vikings. They're going to get it in quickly to Price. He hasn't picked the ball up yet. Now he does it midcourt. 103 to 102. Down the middle. Price all the way to the basket. Oh! The ball off the rim, and it won't go in, and the game is over.
Wow.
Price got to the rim. The ball hung on the rim and fell off no good. And the game goes to the Peru State Bobcats. What a finish. 104 to 102. That basket by Remy Price would have put the game into overtime and hung on the lip of the rim and fell off.
Well, the Vikes got what they wanted. This is
out.
going to be hard to swallow, but boy, what a comeback by this team. Man, I mean, they came out of nowhere. What grit,
wow.
To come back, fight back the way they did, man.
Oh,
you got to be proud of that effort.
Well, Remy Price missed that shot, but I'm telling you, he did everything but bring this team back, and he's real despondent out there. But I tell you, without his effort, this wouldn't even been a contest toward the end. So what a job, but a tough loss for the Vikings, 104 to 102, but what a ball game. We'll be back and talk to the coach in just a moment.
This is Nnamdi Asamoah. I play football for the Philadelphia Eagles, but what I do off the field with United Way might be more important. I'm a volunteer tutor and mentor. Why? Because over 1 million kids a year drop out of school, and that's not okay. It takes 12 years to create a graduate, but it takes about the same time to create a dropout. And the difference between a child becoming one or the other could be me, or it could be you. Studies show that if we get to these kids earlier, their chances are better, and kids who read well by 3rd grade are more likely to graduate. So join me in United Way. Suit up and take the pledge. Become a volunteer reader, tutor, or mentor, because when a child succeeds, we all succeed. Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Take the pledge at unitedway.org. Brought to you by United Way, the Ad Council, and the National Football League.
Final score 104 to 102 as Peru State.
It's Thursday night.
That 9-0 run for Peru to start the second half certainly was the difference in this ball game. And then the Vikings came back, were down by 14 points with just over 2 minutes left, and did everything they could and had the layup to tie the game, hang on the rim, wouldn't go down. Peru wins at 104 to 102. And Chad Lance joins us. Coach, I tell you what, we had about everything in that game. That's a tough one to swallow, but your team down by 14 points with a little over 2 minutes to go. You could have said, oh, well, we're going to lose this game, but they did. You did everything. You stretched the game out as long as you could, did everything you could do to possibly come back.
Well, it started off in the second half. You know, we came out and we were completely flat, and we gave them a spot them 9 points to start the second half. And, you know, honestly, this is not a telltale of how we played. Like, defensively, I don't think we were very good at all, from our rotation to our ball pressure to being able to finish and box out and do some things. I mean, we got some stuff we definitely got to work on. I mean, we get exposed at some times, and especially in some positions. So we just keep battling. We just keep fighting.
And you tell me about this comeback, though. You stretched it out as long as you could with fouls, and it didn't seem like Brock Keane was going to miss a free throw. He missed a couple, and then you get Biadoda to miss a couple. And how about Remy Price? He had a couple of three-point plays that were just unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some people have tried to do some stuff different to us with Remy. You know, when they play off him, I mean, he's very good at getting to the basket and creating a lot of scores and different things for us. When we take him out of the game, we kind of get stifled a little bit. I think people have Brody Gronwald draped, and so we got to get some other guys to be able to do some things for us. I think our shot selection's got to get a little bit better. But I sit here and I look at 15 turnovers. You know, we had 10 at the half.
Yeah.
And 5 in the second half. So that's lost possessions, especially when you look at that we're still +9. So there's possessions that we can gain as well. So it's a game of inches. You know, we talk to our guys all the time about being a 1, 2, 3 possession game, and here we go with a 102, 104 score.
Yeah, you had 1, 2, 3, 6 players in double figures, led by Darryl Lemire with 21. I'll tell you what, everybody did a heck of a job in that comeback.
Well, we got to keep playing. You know, it's difficult to keep some guys positive at times, and you know, I think we get a little haywire and we go some different directions. But when you're shorthanded, and you need everybody to stay together, everybody to keep fighting, everybody to keep battling.
All right, Coach, thanks for coming on. Let's go to Culver and let's get one there and turn this thing around a little bit.
All right.
All right, thanks, Coach. As the Vikings lose it was a tough one, no question about that. Darryl Lemire led the way with 21 points tonight. Tim Washington had 19. Remy Price, 17. Brody Gronwald, 16. Kyle Hickey had 13. And 6 for Chisholm Obaneki. So they really did a heck of a job for the Vikings in that comeback, but fell just a little short. That ball danced on the rim. And Brock Keane, boy, was he something else, Joe. He ends up with 31 points, 12 out of 14 from the line.
He's better ball player than I thought he was. He really made some plays down the stretch. And, again, he leads his team in scoring with 18.5 points. And like I say, this just shows the last 2 games for the Vikings against Clark and Peru State, a couple of teams that with not that good of conference records come in here and get wins. There's some good teams in this conference. I mean, it's very well balanced. Anybody can beat anybody on any given night. And, boy, you gotta applaud the effort by the Vikings.
All right.
That's all you can say.
All right, partner, I guess our next basketball broadcast will be a week from Saturday. Saturday, we'll have a link for you. You can watch the games because we're going to have the wrestling on moval.edu on the Viking Sports Network. Wednesday, we'll have a feed from Mount Mercy and Cedar Rapids, and Joe and I will be back next Saturday. So give you a little time off, but we'll get this thing turned around.
We will. Let's get a win up at Culver, and then let's go up and get one in Cedar Rapids and come back and beat Grace on a week from Saturday.
All right. This broadcast copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, Human Service Division, Missouri Valley College, for the private use of the audience. Any retransmission or the use of the content of this broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. For Joe Hall, the entire live stream crew, Chaz Maddie and his crew, I'm Ken Cuevas. So long from the Burns Center. Good one tonight. Peru wins it by 2. Good night.